Welcome to the Tattered Couch Podcast. It's your host, Mitch. Today we have special guest, also part of the members, so not really a special guest, Dave Klein.
What's up?
And, as always, the most devoted Mayhem Mike.
Yo.
Today, we're going to be talking about NES, not the character.
Yes, we are.
The Nintendo Entertainment System.
Earthbound.
But there was a recent incident that we covered last time on the last episode that we're going to roll through. Yeah, that we're going to roll through with Dave, because recently he was kind of fucking up in his relationship.
Yes, I was.
Dave, what did you do wrong?
I made some stupid decisions.
Oh wait, hold on. Ready? Okay, go.
Some of us already have our stuff tipping. Yeah, I made some stupid decisions and was saying some things that I shouldn't have been saying to female folks. And I about ruined my relationship and ruined everything.
And paid child support for 3 children.
Yeah, well, 2. One of them's 21.
Oh yeah, you got lucky. Well, you only got to be 18, but still.
But yeah, I about ruined everything and almost harmed my kids and. Yeah,
emotionally, not physically.
Yeah, emotionally. Yeah, emotionally. It was a bad thing, bad time, bad decision.
We got to make that very, very top priority that we make sure people know that we don't beat children in this day and age.
No,
not when you're watching.
No, we make them mind. You know, my dad used to say, he used to show me the hand, with 5 fingers. That just means 5 across the eyes. We're not allowed to do that these days, though.
I mean, did you ever get the thumb in there? So isn't it like 4? And
4 fingers across the eyes. Well, you just said 5 across the eyes. You said, you pissed me off. You're getting 5 across the eyes.
Backhand you.
Backhand the fuck out of you.
But see, the older he got, he would say, "Come here, so I can hit you." I'm like, "Yeah, you fucking crazy?
Get over here.
Come here, so I can hit you." I'm like, "No. If you're gonna beat the hell out of me, you're gonna get off your ass." No. Come here so I can hit you.
How did we all find out about this thing that you did wrong? What did your wife do?
Mitch told me.
Well, she didn't do anything wrong. She
put you all on blast on that F book.
Yeah, I had. She blasted it on Facebook, but. Hey, I deserved it. I deserved every bit of it. I was saying some stupid shit that I should have done, and I'm glad that's over and done with. And
she went all Batman on your ass.
She did, and she deserved. I didn't. I deserved a lot worse than I got, and I about lost everything. And I'm glad that's over and done with. I love her with all my heart, and I've totally did a complete
flip turn.
It's amazing. It's amazing, when you're faced with adversity, how much a lot of guys or chicks or whatever, they'll say, hey, I can fix this, or I'll do this different, or I'll do that different. But I've kept true to my word, and I'm glad for that second chance.
Besides cheating, what is the other lesson we have learned?
The lesson I learned from that?
Oh, yeah.
Worship your wife, happy life.
Oh, don't fucking kiss ass here. I'm talking about the lesson of don't fall asleep with your fucking phone in your hand
that's true. Don't fall asleep with your phone on.
If you're gonna do it, do it smart.
Then again, if you do something stupid like that, you deserve to get caught.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You just should have never did it, but I mean that is another thing to learn. Don't fall asleep with your phone fucking on.
It's nice that I have absolutely no problem, saying that I made mistakes and I screwed up, because there's been points and times in my life that I've been a total piece of shit, and at that point in time I ain't ever been a lower piece of shit.
You know what?
I totally understand that, brother.
You know what I don't understand is, and I mean, it's nothing against her. I mean, you should just have every right to do it anyway with your partner. But why was she checking your phone?
Because I gave her reasons to not trust me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just kind of curious about that.
Some of us has also done that there, my friend.
What are you talking about?
Gave our person reasons for them not to believe us or trust us.
I straight up told Casey whenever I did it, but she did it to me, and then we evened it up real quick.
See,
and then we got the fuck over it.
And it doesn't. Well, right. It doesn't make it. It doesn't make it right.
No, definitely not. No. I mean, she had her reasons for doing it, and I totally get it. And obviously, once you do that, I had my reason to do it, and
here's the thing is she didn't give me a reason to do anything.
We fucked up. So we both fucked up.
Yeah, big time. She gave me no reason to do anything, and I just did it. And with a live podcast like this, and people that's watching, you can fix your mistake if you honestly and truly mean it, and you can change yourself. And I was total shit.
Have you ever done that pre-marriage counseling where you answer like a spreadsheet of 100-something questions?
You're Catholic.
No, I did that thing back in school. I did that like back in health class.
It's before you get married. We're doing this. Me and Casey are doing this right now for our marriage. Our preacher gave us like this big ass sheet. It was like answer all these questions.
Oh yeah, we did that because where we got married, we didn't get we wasn't members of that church. And we had to have that in order for him to be able to marry us.
I think ours is I think the one that he's the preacher of is pretty sure. Yes, Methodist. Yes, and
one of the questions definitely changed. That's what I am.
One of those questions earlier where whenever you fight, what are some tactics that you use? And one of the answers were sarcasm and raising your voice and intimidation.
Tactics?
Yeah, that's what it said, tactics. And I was like, well, I told him straight up, I do like to live my life like a 90s sitcom. So yes, sarcasm. He's like, what? I was like, yeah, I do a lot of sarcastic bullshit whenever I get mad. And then she tries to be raising her voice and intimidating. And I'm like, well, you're 5'2".
She does not intimidate. She doesn't intimidate.
She tries to, though.
You should have wrote down the kumite.
Erica, on the other hand, she don't use what's the word they say, the things that you use like sarcasm. No, Erica uses things called weapons. They're called like frying pans or whatever the hell.
Switchblade.
Oh, she'll beat the shit out of me. She's done it before.
Oh, she's thrown shit at me, but I just fucking slap it out of the way, or it completely misses.
Oh no,
completely misses.
She's beat the dog shit out of me before.
It usually just strikes the ground where my feet are, and I'm like, please stop. Like, we paid money for that.
Like, you're embarrassing yourself.
It's not even embarrassing. Like, I get it, but it's like, I'm just being a sarcastic asshole, and you're launching fucking objects at me. Please stop. It's like, I grew up, and one time my mom fucking... Okay, so remember the old stovetop, like the top burners that were, like, you could take out?
Mm-hmm.
She whipped one of those into my chest one time. I was like, I'm used to this. Threw the microwave into the floor one time. That was hilarious.
Got a small microwave.
No, it's like fucking this big. But my mom's like, when she's in a rage, I know she weighs 90 pounds, but she all of a sudden gets like, Hulk mode on me. I'm like, whoa, dude. I'm 16. Pretty sure this is illegal.
Excuse me, it's 2021. It's She-Hulk now.
Okay.
There is a She-Hulk.
She don't identify herself as She-Hulk anymore. It's Person Hulk.
Yeah, probably.
Are you serious?
Person Hulk, yeah.
I don't know if that's a joke or not, because I don't know these days. I really don't.
It's Person Hulk.
That's sketchy as fuck.
Shim Hulk.
It's Uni-Hulk. Uni-Hulk. What the Man, I'm not even going to get into that.
No.
This is...
Comic books are a disaster, and it's going to flow into the new Marvel movies soon enough.
It's going to go crazy.
Don't say that. They've all been okay.
It's going to go crazy
so far.
America, somehow you guys elected his ass, so...
Well, we're not doing that. We are not doing politics.
There we go.
Dude, what the fuck? George Bush? We already had one.
Yeah, couldn't even fucking read. So, what the fuck? I don't know.
We had a leader.
Yeah, we had a businessman leader, kind of.
That's what we needed.
I don't know. I look. All right, we'll drop into politics real quick.
Okay.
We will. We'll drop into it.
All right.
Super quick though, because we're talking about the mess.
In the 80s, that was George Bush.
No, that would be Ronald Reagan, my friend.
Well, at the end, when did the elder Bush was president?
That would have been, let's see.
That was like during Desert Storm, wasn't it?
Late
That was
70s,
Desert Storm era.
80s?
No, he would have been, he was after Reagan, which was Bush.
Oh, okay. So
Let's
it would
see.
have to be the 80s.
The time the NES was out, it was Reagan.
What's his name?
And then Bush was later on. So Bush would have been Super Nintendo.
There's different ways to look at Donald Trump through the eyes of somebody who doesn't like him, but I don't like him for the reasons other people don't like him.
Sideways.
I have
from behind
a couple fucking reasons, but they can also be explained, so I don't know how I honestly feel about it. So it's like, my gripe was, you're coming out and telling us you're going to do something. I'm like, cool. How are you going to do it? Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. I was like, no. How are you going to do it?
He was only allowed to do so much.
And then pauses during a speech. And my brother told me the other side of the coin on this. He's like, think about if you were constantly trying to do your job and everybody's trying to get you fired. And I was like, I get that. I see. So my whole problem right there immediately stopped, and I totally understand. And then this is where I drew the line, because I was cool with Donald Trump up until this line. And by no means, I'm pretty sure North Korea is not going to fucking bomb us or try to kill us because they are smaller than fucking Pennsylvania. But don't make us look like idiots by making fun of the short communist guy over there, because you're just showing your ignorance. He's not even a leader. He's a fucking asshole, that just starves his people and shit.
That's called a dictator.
Yeah. I get it. But
he's not a communist. It's more like straight dictator.
Yeah. Straight dictatorship. Yeah.
But in privacy, make fun of him. Don't say it in front of the whole world, because, even if one nuke goes off, we're losing a shit ton of our people. So don't do that. And that's where I drew the line.
But I get it. I mean, I get why he is the way he is. How many of us just want to speak our mind sometime without worried about pissing somebody off?
Yeah, I get it.
And he was a voice to say, I'm going to say something, just like everybody else would like to say something, without worrying about who I'm going to piss off, because I just don't care who I piss off. This is what you need to hear. And that's what he did.
Yeah.
See, Mitch, would you rather him be like cucked pussy like Seth Rogen and be like, he was going to make, was it that movie? I forget what the fuck it was called.
He did make it, and they made fun of him the entire time.
Yeah, but Kim Jong-un was like, hey, what you do over there? I don't like that movie. And then they didn't release it to theaters. They released it through other things.
Independent.
Yeah, but really, are you going to
release?
As a dictator?
Well, I mean, I wish Seth Rogen would have some fucking nuts for his $1 million paychecks and fucking just be like, okay, fuck you, North Korea. What are you going to do?
You can have nuts, or you can just let it go. Just let it go. It still made a shit fucking ton of money, and he was happy with it.
He would have made a shit ton more if he actually released it.
But once you have so many millions of dollars, does it even matter?
That's why we
Team
have
America.
We have actors. We have actors like Sacha Baron Cohen. That's why
fuck him.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck that dude.
There's why we got there's a voice if somebody just don't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, there's here's the thing though. If you're Kim Jong-un, are you going to care more about this fucking movie that through the eyes of everybody pretty much on the world is just some stoner fucking actor? What he's gonna say about you? Or are you gonna care about another world leader talking about you?
Well, he's gonna care more about another world leader.
Exactly.
Course.
That's why.
Because it's just because he's on a bigger pillar. That's the only reason.
I'm just saying Seth Rogen never had to be a cuck.
Yeah. I just wish we had a fucking reroll on all this. That's all.
I really.
I don't think. I wish we could have parties that weren't funded by these fucking rich. Yeah, exactly. Where we could give third parties a fucking chance and actually fucking give a shit and actually try to do something different other than arguing about mudslinging back in the day was this. Guns and fucking racist people. That's all it was. Just guns and racism. And abortion. Okay, well, we didn't even have that much racism. We did, but it's not as out of control as it is today with the whole racism in politics.
No, it was in the 60s. It was, back then it was.
I'm talking about like 90s. I'm talking about when I grew up. It was mainly about abortion and guns. You guys never do anything about either of those things. So why are you still fucking slinging about it? Actually talk about shit that actually matters.
Well, there's not really much you could do. That's like how everybody wants to enforce hate speech. It's like how you get people to stop offending people is by making them not be able to talk.
Exactly. Yeah. Because everybody,
no matter what, today, you can do something. Somebody's going to be offended from something.
Everybody, yeah, exactly. It's just ridiculous. I just wish we had a re-rack. I kind of want to see what would have happened if we would have let the dude talk, just out of curiosity. Like, I mean, those were the only two problems I really had with the dude. You didn't say anything, but I get why, because you're constantly being attacked. And then don't fucking make fun of fucking world leaders in front of everybody on a social media site. Just be a normal person. Don't use social media as your platform, because all that blew up in your face.
Which I think he was actually being a regular person, because he was using Twitter and social media and stuff just like we all do.
Oh, a regular president. I'm sorry.
Jack Dorsey's a cunt.
But see, he was more of your average person. Just he happened to be a billionaire times and times over. But he was your average person as far as your voice goes and his thought process and everything. He wasn't a politic.
Yeah,
he was a businessman.
Like, have you ever taken the political test? Mikey gave it to me one time.
Political compass test.
Yeah, me and Mikey landed fucking.
I'm like
nothing.
Left of center, really close.
Yeah, we landed right next to each other, but he's a Republican, and I don't give a fuck who it is. I just hope they do a good job, and whatever I believe in, that's what I'm going to vote for. And I'm not going to vote until I see some kind of fucking different change like that.
Yeah, people are just looking for shit to throw at Trump. Like,
that's what they were. Yes,
is that what he did, that like retard thing that everybody
does?
That
reporter.
No, they found that reporter, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's got a disability," just like that. And like, if you grew up in the '90s, that was just the random joke to make fun of people for being stupid.
Yeah. Yes, it wasn't necessarily
like, pound your chest and shit.
I mean, I don't agree with making fun of mentally challenged people, but that dude could have lied. He could have. You're right. He could have fucking totally lied about it.
No, I mean, Trump didn't know of that reporter, and then they pulled him out, and they were like, "You were talking about this guy."
You're talking about this guy. So they just found somebody. He was talking about all reporters in general were stupid.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's Trump supporters, and then there's cultists, and that's another problem I have.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah, if you went to the Capitol, you're a fucking moron.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not even that.
No, I can see why they did it, though.
It's like,
I can see going there, but not the rest.
yeah, exactly.
I'm not bum rushing anybody. I mean, I'd like to have my presence and my voice known.
And let's be
real.
He gets
about his
this.
Bum rushed.
Let's be real about this, though. Let's be real about this. Let's go there today and try to walk up to the Capitol. Let's see if they just open the doors like they did.
Yeah, if I go to the Capitol,
I feel like that was totally staged.
If I'm going to the Capitol, I'm fucking petitioning to get Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as president.
I will take that.
Let's vote for Joe Pesci.
Fuck it. Let's take down all these fucking laws about like, oh, if you weren't born here, you can't be president. Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger for president. Terminator motherfucking 2. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, he cheated on his wife with some fat frumpy maid.
It just worries me a little bit more about, trying to take guns away. And a lot of my friends, as well as me,
they know that will never happen.
Stand by something that, I was reading something about that they was going to charge us like per magazine, like $200 per magazine that we have for our handguns. They're like, charge $200 for a handgun, $200 per magazine you have extra for your handgun. That you have to pay. It's towards your taxes. It's something that you have to pay. And I'm like, okay. Then I'll fucking pay. It's stupid and it's retarded. It's dumb. We shouldn't have to do it, but I'm willing to do it to keep my guns. And if you're going to come to my house saying you have to surrender all of your automatic weapons, then that's a day I don't exist anymore, because I'm going to get some of you.
Semi-auto.
Semi-auto. Yeah. I have...
Shut up, Dave. Don't incriminate yourself.
Decent shot.
Well, it's just a weird thing. People bitch about guns all the time. It's like they don't know the difference between an auto, semi-auto, and
or a bump stock.
Standard.
Or a bump stock, yeah.
Yeah, bump stocks confuse the shit out of people. Ever since that fucking attack.
Well, I forgot if he even used one.
Yeah, he used a bump stock. Everybody thought it was auto, but it was a bump stock.
Well,
it's like there's
I don't know, something like that.
I'm going to ban these guns. I'm going to ban all these guns. Well, these big bad guns, guess what?
I don't understand.
Don't do anything by themselves without some idiot that don't know how to control it, or somebody that's fucked up in the head taking out hundreds of people.
Well, I don't understand why you guys are even I'm not saying you guys, but just in general, people are even worried about them taking your guns because they're not going to do it. You can't do it.
It's not something that's going to be done. They defunded the police. They was defunding the police when the riots was going on. All these riots was going on.
Just a few of them.
We're going to defund the police. Yeah. Okay, so what are you going to do now that you're in office and you're going to enforce these police and the National Guard to come into homes and take these guns? Fuck you. You defunded us when all these riots was going on. So now you want us back to go into homes and take these weapons back? That's not going to happen. Sorry. Yeah, no. It's not going to happen. Because there's so many police stations, so many police chiefs that's already said themselves, I'm not doing it. You're not going to enforce me to do that. I'm not going to do it.
Because it's ridiculous.
And even if there was a defunding of police, there are plenty of people with fucking guns, dude. And most people, I'd give it about 95%, they will get up in your business and protect somebody who is in dire trouble with their fucking guns.
Yes.
So no matter what you do, there are always going to be fucking guns. Stop bitching about it. Everybody should be able to carry a gun as long as they have a fucking license and know how to use it.
As long as you're licensed and you have a psychological evaluation is what I think.
I think that fucking too.
I think you should have a psych evaluation.
A lot of people definitely disagree because I've brought that idea up to people and they're like, yeah, what, give everybody a psychology exam? I was like, yeah.
Yeah, basically.
You probably should.
I mean, do you think about eating people and making rugs of human hair? If you do, guess what? You shouldn't have a gun.
Yeah. You are holding
What if I get rid of the rug?
But then you bring in mohair, we might have to check you out again.
Well, you hold death in your hands. You should have an evaluation. And I don't give a fuck about any of you fucking gun fucking crazy people out there. Fuck you. You should. Because if you have some kind of anger problem, you know why they take those guns rights away from you whenever you have a domestic charge? Because you got so fucking angry you beat up your fucking wife. That's why they take the fucking gun from you.
Had you had a gun in your hand, you probably would have mowed her down.
100%.
Yeah,
I get that. I totally get that. I totally get that. It's like the CDL thing. All the grandpas and whatever that's out there. And I'm going to be one, I'm sure too, that's out there hauling around their RVs, motorboat, dune buggy, jet ski, snowmobile, everything behind them on the road that does not have a CDL is bullshit. You don't have a combination anything on your license, but because you own the RV and your hot shot pickup truck, you can go ahead and haul it down the road. It's a combination vehicle. You don't have a CDL license. You don't know anything about combinations, but it's okay for you to haul it down the road. Bullshit.
Yeah, well, it's like
bullshit.
People that fucking bitch about medical care. Oh, Canada has it. Well, first of all, the population is such a difference.
Canada has a smaller population than California.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, actually it does.
Those are the kind of things I care about. Can you get us medical care? I don't care how shitty it is. Just have some kind of medical insurance for us that isn't going to totally fuck us. Pay a little bit more taxes. That's fine. But somebody that actually wants to do that shit.
Pay a little bit more. Now look, Biden's want to say, hey, we're going to raise minimum wage to $15 an hour. Okay, great.
Yeah, and inflation.
Then what are you going to do with the ones that's already making $15 an hour? Then that means they're going to have to go up. And then the ones that was already from 15, from that point, they're going to have to go up. And then they're going to have to go up. And then the ones after that's going to have to go up. So it's not going to change unless the inflation doesn't happen. We're already paying, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever $1,000 for a damn car now. So if you're going to bump up that minimum wage, everything else is going to spike. Your cost of your homes, your cost of your food. So it's not going to go anywhere. What don't you understand?
Well, also these like McDonald's is a multi-billion-dollar organization. They will fire people
because
to a limited amount, and then they will set it up like sheets. Yeah. Like you'll have to have a touch screen because that used to be a person, but now they can't afford it.
Yeah. So in order for them to stay in business, small businesses they can't compete anymore. Oh, yeah. They're going to close.
McDonald's can easily absorb that, but not all other businesses can.
No,
and they don't fucking. They just hire people and fire people because there's always that high school kid in line for that job.
We're gonna raise minimum wage. Blah, blah. Does any? I know damn well I'm not the only one that sees how fucking loaded that is. We're gonna raise minimum wage. Oh my god, are you really that fucking stupid to think that it's going to change anything?
No, because inflation.
Everything else is gonna have to go up. It's not gonna. Yeah. You know,
when inflation hit us a couple of years ago, I got we all got these raises, and then our boss was like, "Don't fucking get mad because this person's making what it took you 4 years to make. It's inflation raise." And I was like, I mean, I get it, but you should probably raise those guys too,
right?
Instead of giving them $1. Like you gave me X amount of dollars for a raise, and then you gave this dude $1 who's been there for fucking 10 years. So no. That's not how that works. Like they deserve more because they put out more. A newer person cannot do as well as a person that's been there for 10 years who actually cares about their job.
So it used to be, if you're making, I don't know, say 17, 18 an hour to 20 and up, I still consider, $20 an hour is, pretty damn good paying job.
Yeah. Yeah. In this state, dude, you are rich.
Yeah,
because
it is.
If you have a wife and kids, and the wife works and you work, and you're making $20 an hour, you are fucking totally comfortable.
Supposedly ideal, though.
Unless you go out and you buy, $30,000 cars, and Mercedes is somebody that's driving around that you get to drive around, and it doesn't matter if we're making $30 an hour or $25 an hour. One's making 27 an hour, another one's making 25 an hour. Yeah. We still don't have shit.
Well, no. That's why you split all the bills.
We do split the bills. We still don't have shit.
Yeah, but
we have 3 kids to take care of.
2 people. Like, you got both parents working all the time. Like, you're sending your kids somewhere else. They might hate you because you're not spending as much time with them and all kinds of shit.
Yeah. Well, if you put it in, by splitting bills, I'm talking about this. Okay, so Casey makes, almost 20-something an hour. I make X amount. I won't say it or whatever, but we split the bills down the middle.
And I just said I made 25. Come on, fucker.
And I'll just say, well, people at work listen to my shit, so I don't want them to know. But anyway.
They already know. If you're paid higher than them.
No, they don't. They don't know anything.
If you're on a higher level than them, yes, they would know.
No, because of that inflation raise. People don't know what anybody makes.
But so that's the suckery wage.
But oh yeah, definitely. But anyway, no. If you put it like this, she makes almost 20 an hour. I make X amount. I'll just put it to you like this: after splitting bills and my car payment for my new 2021 car, which obviously cost a lot a month,
right?
And I'll tell you that straight up, it does. Fucking, I still have $1,000 to do nothing with a month.
So do we, basically.
To do nothing.
And I have this store and stuff that this generates its own revenue and stuff. So, okay, so this is what we're making now.
Yeah, but yours fluctuates because it's a store and people have to come in and buy it.
This is in and of itself. But just our own income, yeah, every bit of it. I mean, I look at where we spend some of our money, and it's like, okay, why don't we have money for this, or why don't we have money for that? Well, when you go out and splurge and do something else stupid, well, we should have a lot in the bank. We should be, we're blessed enough to have, good jobs and good income. So, okay, this is where we are in the 20s now with our wages. So if they up minimum wage to 15, where's that going to take us?
I don't know. I don't buy anything.
Erica, in general, she's in a union. I'm not in a union. She's in a union. David's in a union. Okay? So he's in a union too. So he's going to be one that's going to stand there and bitch and say, hey, this wage is going up. This is what we're going to have to do. Or we're going to walk. Or we're going to strike. And you guys are screwed. So what's this going to happen to the hospitals? What's this going to happen to the paramedics that's making $18 an hour when minimum wage goes up to $15? Fuck you. I'm not putting my life on it. Or the police. And whatever I don't know exactly what an officer's making.
An officer makes around here
35 to 40, I believe.
An hour? No.
No. 35 to 40 a year.
Wellsburg police. Wellsburg is right by us.
Right.
$14 an hour to start.
You're fucking kidding me.
Nope.
Nurses' aides make $10 at start. So why would you wipe an ass for the same amount that you could flip a burger?
Well, I get that, but also a nurse's aide is usually in training. Once they become a nurse,
Yeah,
they
skyrocket.
Right. We
Why
know
would
somebody. We have a regular
wouldn't-
customer now that she's an aide, but she's wanting to go on in the medical field.
Yeah.
And with having what she already has going on as a background,
Think of it
it's
as
gonna
being
help
in a
her
union.
thinking that way.
Yeah, but they start 15, 16 still.
Well,
No experienced nurse.
Think about it like this. So you're in a union, right? You like the electrical union. You start
already
out.
went over that I'm Republican. I hate unions.
You start about.
It used to be good.
You start making 40% your wage or 60%, whatever. You got to work like 4 years to get that 100%. Unless somebody in the union is just like, hey man, I'll just hire you on straight up. Or if you buy the $700 card for the carpenters union, you pay $700 and they're like, you go from $10 an hour starting to $23 an hour.
Well, those are like
for one
guilds.
$700
They're
payment.
structured differently.
Yeah.
And
But that's
not
how
all
you gotta think
unions
about
are the same.
That's how you got to think about it.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, but see, like the Carpenters Guild is like different than a union kind of is because they help you get other jobs.
I should have said guild instead of union.
Yeah,
Also.
guild. Yeah.
So it's just fucked. But here's the thing about like the raises I was talking about. I get why you would fucking give a shit. Like you just worked your ass out for years, and these people are getting paid as much as you. Like me,
piss me off too.
Like me, I never bitched about my pay. I was just like, I want more money, and you're sticking me with these fucking retards. So to babysit and do my job, I should probably get paid more money. Like, and I'm not the best at my job, nowhere near the best at my job, but I still have to babysit while I do my job.
I used to work for a company, okay, and they were a very good company, mind you. The owner of the company he was awesome. Awesome dude.
You should just give training. You should just train people at every job they're supposed to fucking do.
Well, here's the problem with
instead of having babysitters.
Here's the problem with that, okay? You get paid more if you have a certificate, if you're certified in running a forklift, or if you're certified in running drills, hammers, air hammers, shit like that. Welder, for example.
Yes.
If you're a certified, there you go.
Oh,
if you're
yes.
a certified welder, there's your base pay right off the bat. Bam. If you work for a company that trains you how to weld, they're going to pay you whatever the hell they want because you have that experience, but you don't have that certification. They gave you the training to keep you there at whatever scab that they want to pay you.
Yeah, so that should be the same as a certification.
It should be a certification.
You shouldn't be able to take it anywhere else.
You can go somewhere if you wanted to and have that experience. Okay, this is what I have. This is the experience I have. I can go take my testing and all this kind of stuff with some things like a forklift or whatever. But like being a welder and an extra trade, you actually have to go to school for that. They've trained you to do it without you going to school and give you what? Another like $2 an hour? Fuck that. You already have a base pay is what you should be.
Yeah.
It's horseshit.
Yeah, I don't think, depending on the company you work for, I don't think you should be able to take it with you, but I think that they should be able to pay you what you've trained them to do if they do it well. If you can show that you did your job well and you do it well, you should be paid like the same as a certification.
They're not going to do that because they know you can't walk.
Exactly.
That's exactly why. They got you by the nuts. You can't walk. You can't take this anywhere else.
Well, some of us fucking can. I can tell you that much.
If you have enough pull and you have enough to where, okay, I know you don't have anybody else that's going to do what I do already. So without me, you're going to have to find somebody to do this if I walk right now.
Yeah. Well, it depends on the person too, because like I have a buddy at work. Anything that fucking dude says he's going to do, or even puts his mind to for even a fucking second, it's on, and he fucking figures it out so fucking quick. He could just walk the fuck out. Like, He could, and he would do fine anywhere else because his brain just works like that. Some people are just made for fucking working.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, but that doesn't come into play whenever you're getting paid by a private company or this or that. Like,
right,
you
exactly.
just gotta roll with your take punches when you can.
Right, you take your bad with the good.
Yeah, like I love my fucking job. But I don't like how they stick me with people that I have to babysit. And that's no offense to them or anything. Like, they haven't been doing it for as long. Like, when I first was put into weld shop, they went to put me with somebody. And he was like, I'm not babysitting. And I was like, at first, I was like, I get it. But then after a while, I realized this motherfucker just doesn't want to work. He just comes here, which is in a mill. And I'll tell you this right now. In a mill, 90% of your job is showing up.
Yeah, it is.
That's all it is. So you just come here to get a paycheck. You don't give a fuck. You don't care if we work Saturdays. You don't care if we do this. You're not going to work fast. You have your speed, and you're not going any faster. Fuck making more money. What does it matter? What does it matter, man?
See, David's working in that mill now, and he's starting to know what it's like to see ones around him that when he's busting his ass because he has a work ethic, and ones that don't. And it's like, are you kidding me? He comes home and he is black from head to toe.
Oh yeah.
You know, working around all the carbon and shit. So, you know, he's black from head to toe, and it's like, he's like, I don't get it. You know, I bust my ass for all of this, and I see some guys that's sitting around reading the paper or asleep with their feet up, making the same. I said, well,
yeah, and on that,
that's your work ethic. That's the way I trained you.
Hold on, and on that fucking note. If you're in the fucking union and you're one of those dudes that stands there with a fucking shovel in their hand while the new guy fucking digs a hole, you're a fucking piece of fucking shit.
That's what the union is for.
You.
That's where the union
went wrong. Not all of them, but
that's
there
where
are
the
those
unions
people.
Went wrong right there.
The union protects those people above the more productive people because they are more expensive.
Yeah, but also there's...
So they'll throw you under the bus.
Yeah.
If they can get everybody else a raise.
Yeah, but also what the union does, and I've seen it happen, it's like this. We want to make sure you guys are comfortable, but we don't want you guys to all get along, because if you guys all get along, you guys can all band together.
Yeah, and then we're pointless.
And then you strike.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then you strike, and holy shit, what are we going to do now?
That happens in, like, the Steel Workers of America, I think it's called.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Fucking, dude, there's people having meetings for fucking ever just because these people are not happy. Like, dude, okay, I get wanting more money. But
we all do.
You make a shit ton of money without having to go to college, which is not a big deal or anything. But I get wanting more money. But if you already have everything, why the fuck do you want to keep being a fucking greedy bastard about it? Stop it. Like, I'm happy where I'm at. I just figure, and it's like I told my dad, I'll just live my days out here and I'll get raises every year, and because that's how it works. And I'll just be happy because I already have what I need. So
it's called greed.
Why the fuck do people get so fucking greedy? Like, oh, I make 20-something an hour. Well, you know what? You know it'd be cooler than 20-something an hour? 30, 40-something an hour. Oh, well, I want this really expensive fucking thing that's going to last me 2 years, 3 years. Like, no, dude. Like, you have a good job, and you're willing to go and do all this other extra shit to get this fucking cool car or this and that. Spend time with your family. Just shut up. Spend time with your family. Enjoy what you have. A house doesn't have to have fucking 8 bedrooms for you to be happy. You will not use 5 of this.
All it matters how many kids you have.
No. Well, if you're producing like a fucking idiot and biting off more than you can chew,
really,
that's your own fucking fault.
It's time to tie your shit tight.
If you're making that much money, use a condom. Shut up.
I was thinking
if you care about money, don't have more kids.
I always think your house should be like way more expensive than your car. Yeah. There's some people that it should. Don't think that way.
It's like my car after taxes and everything costs $30,000. My house, $50,000. That's only $20,000 away.
that house, you got lucky with that house.
Yeah, though. I did get lucky with it.
You did.
But
on average, most cars now is right around $30,000. $25 to $30,000.
That's after taxes and all the insurances I put on it. So
see, that's crazy.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Lemons.
Here's the thing, though. That car will probably last me 20 plus years because I bought a Toyota, so I wouldn't fucking break down. So I could have this car for a long fucking time.
That's your mindset. That's your mindset, though. Most people's mindset is not like that. Why? Because all the advertisements on TV, the next best thing, the next best thing. Look at all these people that goes out and buys all these fucking new phones that come out. For the love of God.
Shut up.
There you go. I know you've done. I don't give a shit. I could care less.
I got a fun fact right here. Toyota made the planes that bombed Pearl Harbor.
No, Mitsubishi did that.
No. Shut up.
Mitsubishi did that, my friend.
And just to be fair, if it was Mitsubishi,
Japanese companies.
If it was a Mitsubishi, that shit would have crashed anyway.
Well, they did.
Yeah.
All the planes in Pearl Harbor ran out of fuel because they shot down the carriers that they were going to refuel at. So they all crashed into the ocean and drowned.
Yeah.
Mitsubishi made a hell of a 3000 GT, I will say that.
I told myself my entire life that I would never buy a brand new car. And I bought one because it was a Toyota. It was fairly cheap, but at the same time expensive. But at the same time, I was like, this motherfucker is going to last me forever.
Well, you also have that. You also have that warranty on that sucker, that factory warranty.
Yeah, it's like a 5 or 7 year warranty.
See, you're golden.
Yeah, and
that's what makes it. That kind of does counteract all the high cost of what you're paying. I mean, $30,000 for a fucking car. It's just ridiculous how much expensive things are nowadays anyway. But considering inflation and all that shit that's going on, $30,000 and all the warranties and the perks that you get with having a brand new vehicle, nobody's ever drove it. Everything's under warranty. Does kind of help.
Well,
instead of having to take on somebody else's headache or a headache that was starting to happen when they traded it in.
Yeah, let me tell you a story real quick. Me and Mikey know a dude. I'll tell you after the podcast.
Called me Mikey.
Yeah, me and Michael know a guy.
Tell Chunk to put down the map.
Yeah, we know a guy that fucking lives off as his mom.
Hungry.
Lives off his fucking mom. Does nothing for a job except for essentially side jobs in the music industry.
Never mind.
Jobs in the music industry, quote unquote. For local people, and he got a BMW, and I was like, okay, I'll wait. No less than a fucking year later, when that thing had a broken part, I don't think that dude ever got it back, and it's been 3 years now.
There's people that live beyond their means for no reason.
Yeah, you got a BMW, and that shit is fucking from 2003, you fucking idiot. That shit's dead already. It's not even up to date.
What are you saying about my Benz there, my friend? It's not from 03, though. But
your Benz is from 2012, isn't it?
From 12, yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just dude, if you don't have a fucking real job, shut the fuck up and just drive a fucking Chevy or something. Drive a Cutlass.
So wait a minute, this dude don't have a real job and he's buying a break my wallet vehicle?
No, he didn't even buy it off the floor or from a dealership. He just bought it off some dude and was like, yeah, because I'm a quote unquote rapper. And I was like,
oh my God.
All right, I'll see you in a little bit, buddy. And then I saw on Facebook, oh, it's out of commission. I was like, all right. And I have not seen a single thing about it.
It was a 325i.
Actually, I think it was.
That's the most common for them to break down. BMW stands for break my wallet.
It's you can buy a Mercedes, what is it, 300S or 300 what?
C-Class.
Yeah, C-Class. You can buy it brand new for $30,000. But here's the problem.
It don't have anything on it.
Yeah, nothing on it.
I'll just tell you that now. I was looking to
it.
trade my Benz, but not brand new $30,000 Benz don't exist unless it don't have shit.
Yeah.
About 50.
I thought you were talking about Terry, but Terry has a back-breaking job, and he's badass, so...
Yeah, and he has to pay fucking child support to that fucking cunt.
And he helped us hook up our sound.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, he told me with the gain and shit, but I found out about that fucking wire. But, no, this dude is just like... Oh.
Okay, I thought you were just being mean to him. I was like, what? Not Terry?
What? No, not Terry, no. Terry always tricks out his cars, though.
Yeah, his shit's ridiculous.
Let me get a Ford Focus. And you know what? Just because I can, this is before the child support. I'm gonna put green rims on that bitch. Powder coat. Powder coat, motherfucker.
On a what?
A blue Ford Focus put lime neon fucking green rims on them.
On a Ford Focus.
Yeah. Like, dude.
It'd be funny if it was like the, was it the van version of the Focus?
What is that? The van version?
This is the Ford Focus with extended cab.
Ford Windstar. Ford Windstar.
That fucking thing.
Yeah, definitely not a van. Look, I have the Shag and Wagon 2005er Pontiac Montana tank. Look, the Shag and Wagon is badass. If you're gonna buy a minivan from this era, from 2000 whatever, up to whatever. Okay, you have a Caravan, you have a Montana van, you have a Windstar. But then you got your Honda. Okay, if you're buying American, look at it that way. Well, Ford basically is not American, but kinda.
It's all trash.
Definitely,
really
definitely.
is.
I took the upper echelon type of the Shag and Wagon. I will say so.
I dated a girl that was fucking like 2 years younger than me, and that girl was riding around in a Fiesta because she was a fucking nurse. So I was like, "What are you gonna do with that thing?" She's like, "Nothing."
Fiesta.
She's like, "Nothing." I was
Keep
like, "You
using
do
it until it dies."
You do realize that like that's a Ken Block car, right?" She was like, "Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. It goes pretty fast." I was like, "No, like, are you ever gonna trick that thing out?" She's like, "No, I just wanted a new car, so I bought this thing." I was like, "Why didn't you just buy a normal car that didn't cost like fucking $15,000 more?"
Fiesta.
What the fuck? Oh, and it's this fucking shit, baby shit, fucking brownish gold color. And I was
God!
It's like she pulled down into my lane, like I was still living at my mom's at the time. And I was like, "What is that thing?" And she was like, "What, you don't like it?" I was like, "It's fucking ugly as shit."
It's
dude.
like no.
And it's the hatchback version.
Oh, well, I you know what? I almost bought this. I was looking at it just recently. Somebody has a 1984 Chrysler, not the Plymouth version, but Chrysler Laser.
Oh God!
Which was a hatchback, which decent, somewhat little bit of sportiness to it, a little bit quick, but it is like baby shit brown.
Yes,
and
yes,
I've
seen those kind
brown
of cars.
With square round headlights. It's like a combination between a Vega Camaro and a what the fuck. It's like, I don't know, should I get this or not?
The only brown color I like on cars, and it's the only car, is like a Jeep of some sort. Usually the Jeep.
No, the CJs. The Renegades.
Casey has one. Military, like sand brown. It's like a flat color.
Oh, it's called sandalwood.
It's fucking awesome. That's the only good brown on the only car that it should go on.
Old Renegades, the old Jeep Renegades used to have a nice brown.
No. When I went shopping and got that car, I went to get a fucking a CJ Cruiser. And my dad looked at me and was like, "Mitch, you don't make enough money for that." And I was like, "How much are they?" And he's like, around like 60, 70 grand. And they cut off at like 2016, 2017. I was like, "Oh." So after taxes, he's like, "Yeah, about 80.
Really?
Yeah. But like, I've never even been inside one. I've just seen pictures of it because I was looking up cars to buy. And I was like, I want a Toyota, something that's going to fucking last me a long fucking time. Like, guaranteed. But I want to buy it new. Because if I'm going to do this, I'm going to buy it fucking new. And it's going to be the only new car I probably ever buy, hopefully.
Yeah, I bought a new car once, but, I had one. It just didn't...
You're too close to the mic. I keep hearing you.
Oh,
to me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I suffer from fatitis. Yeah, I bought a new car one time, and I don't know, maybe later on down the road we'll buy ourselves something brand new. Yeah. I like the retro vehicles, though.
It's always a risk with new cars, because, like...
Yeah, exactly, because, like, shit, they don't know what's going to happen yet.
Yeah. My mom bought, like
the PlayStation 5 of cars?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. It was a Ford Stratus or something.
That would be a Dodge.
Dodge Stratus, there we go. That's right.
Remember the Dodge Neon?
She had...
David had one.
She bought, like, a brand new one. And, like, those cars were known for being, like, okay. Like maintenance and everything. But that thing fucking broke down all the fucking time, like in every manner possible, in all of the worst manners. Yeah, so like you can buy a new car that's
what are you doing?
That
works. In my lungs with lung butter.
I'm the only smoker.
It's called fatitis. I got the Rona.
But yeah, you can just get lucky when you buy a new car and like all of the stock parts are like just garbage or malfunction for some fucking non-apparent reason.
Lucky? Did you say lucky or unlucky?
Unlucky.
Oh, okay.
That would be unlucky, yeah.
I don't know, man. I would have bought. Everybody's like, why didn't you buy the Camry? And I was like, well, first of all, I bought the fucking Corolla because one, the new Camrys look like shit compared to the new Corollas. I don't give a fuck. I have a family, and this car is gonna last me forever. Suck it. Like, I don't give a fuck what you think about it. Like, I just don't care. I just wanted something that's gonna last me, and I bought that fucker with 5 miles on it. 5 miles.
It means they drove it around the parking lot.
Or fucking just drove it to the fucking place. Because they for some reason, a lot of car places, they'll drop it off somewhere and be like, oh, okay, now drive here. Like, drive to the lot.
Well, okay, I know why that is. Being a great truck driver that I am.
You've taken out mailboxes and fucking everything. I have. I've
done this. I got a massive cramp in my leg. Oh my god!
It's not that really hard. That hard to take out a mailbox with a semi.
No, he took out a fucking apartment line of fucking mailboxes. Like my grandpa is.
They're like dominoes.
My grandpa.
No, I blew it right into the ground.
Yeah, my grandpa drives truck for a living, and he fucking took out the awning of a restaurant. A couple mailboxes, and he is like the most responsible person I've ever met in my life. Oh, yeah. Like that job is fucking probably hard.
Well, oil tankers, it takes them 8 miles to stop. They move at like 5 to 8 knots.
Like, it takes us forever to stop driving.
Yeah, once you got that momentum with that mass, as it forces acceleration times mass
equals See, a lot of people don't see. Okay, well, why is that truck flying down the hill at 105, but then they're doing 40 going up the hill to 30 to 20?
Yeah,
it's because we got a 50,000-pound load in that sumbitch, so you would know what it's like going down a hill like that if you was pulling that in your car.
Yeah. That was originally like the job I kind of wanted next to like photographer, but I was like, dude, after watching like my grandpa do it so many times. No. Like that just sounds dangerous.
It is.
And I was like afraid of it, so I just didn't do it.
So, I've been doing it for so damn long. I just love it.
I just think of that song. That driving a big old truck, pedal on metal, hope I don't run out of luck. I'm driving a truck with my high heels on. It's a good song.
Who the fuck is driving with high heels on driving a truck? Is that the good buddies out there?
That's
as the
comedian
kids
thing.
As the kids would say,
a bad comedy song or something.
That would be called a lot lizard.
Yeah.
But you're anyway, lizard.
Anyway, look, this has been a really long intro. Sorry, guys, but
nah.
Yeah, we're at almost an hour.
We do our tangents on occasion. What are you talking about?
You paid for extra time, so
yeah, we did pay for extra fucking time. Let me tell you. Let's get into the NES. Dave, off your fucking phone.
I gotta tag everybody in my deal here.
Oh, come on!
We are on TNT VS now. We was on our virtual shop page, and now I'm on our TNT VS buy sell trade that we use every Friday and every Sunday for our auctions. For Friday we do our auction. Yeah, I drank it already. Oh. Friday we do our auctions, usually at 7 p.m. Eastern. And Sunday we do the claim sales every Sunday with Hope Bishop Briggs, my employee, my right hand lady. We're going to talk about some NES today. We're doing nice NES review. So, where should we start there, Mitch?
Dave, you're the expert here.
Just because I'm the old fucker, is that why?
Well, light gray, darker gray on the bottom, has a black part on the front. 2 controller ports.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. It's got that.
Gotta turn around and look.
Yeah,
the black strip. It has a little box on the bottom, which I bet you a lot of you guys didn't realize what that was for.
What box?
Definitely
the little box on the bottom. The little box on the bottom of Nintendo.
I've seen
what box?
On the bottom, there's a little box that you just push together and pull off.
What?
Yes.
I've never even noticed that.
Yeah. Turn it over and look.
This is why, because you wanted to be on this episode so bad. We held out for you.
There's a okay.
So do not ask me.
The bottom of a Nintendo box. On the bottom of the console, there's a little gray box on the bottom of the console. What is it for? Most people don't know. It is to hide the RF switch conversion box. You put the RF switch in there, and then the cord that comes into your coax.
So it's a hide a cord.
It's the hide a cord. But it hides the entire box, not just the cord. There's a lot of people who's like, what the hell is this thing for? That's what it's for.
You're hearing it first. I'm learning this now, and so is apparently Mikey, because he was confused as shit.
You was how many age? You was how many years when I found this out?
I was this many years old at the time of this recording. I don't even know what day.
I knew that box forever, though.
I didn't realize what that was for.
Thought about it.
When I first seen a Nintendo, I'm like, what the fuck? What is this for? So you take it off, and it looks like it's got a vent on the bottom. Like, what the hell is this thing for?
I didn't want to, rip it apart, because I had some bad experiences with old tech. You, think something comes off, and
nope.
The glue was just weak.
Which kind of, falls under the same category with, Transformers. Look, kids. Nowadays, you guys don't know what it's like to be playing with a toy and its leg comes off just because it fell off that ball joint. Okay? Yeah. You're transforming a Transformer back in the 80s. Its leg come off. Guess what? You fucking broke it.
Yeah.
Okay, there was no look, all right. Now, okay, I liked GoBots too.
They were the knockoff. If you're going to talk about Transformers, talk about GoBots, because they were the poor man's
supremacy now.
See, I liked GoBots too, because
Shia LaBeouf, shout out, man, come on our show, Shia.
I do.
We love you.
I do. No, I want.
What if he actually
Mr.
does?
Welker, Mr.
Awesome.
Welker, if you are listening, I would like to hear you, Mr. Optimus Prime. Welker, if you're listening, please get a hold of me. But see, the GoBots back in the day was the Dollar General version of action figure toys. Okay, you tell so and so for Christmas. Well, what's so and so like to play with when they're kids? Okay, well, they like Transformers. So, okay, you're expecting to get Transformers from your grandparents or aunts or uncles.
Absolutely not.
No, you get a GoBot. You're like, what the fuck is this? No, it's a GoBot. It's a Transformer, isn't it? I'm like, no, it's not a Transformer.
It's like, Mom, why'd you give me Mega Bloks? I wanted Lego.
I wanted Legos. I didn't want that cheap stuff.
I fucking hate people that resent gifts that are given to them for free.
That pisses me off anyway.
Well, I mean, what if somebody does legitimately give you a trash gift?
I always was one of them kids that no matter what, and I'm still like this to this day. I mean, Erica can swear by it, that I'm like this. Look, if you thought of me enough, I don't care if it's underwear, which I always need.
Always.
Oh, yeah. Especially now.
Socks. I always need socks.
As you get older, it's like, oh, shit, yes. I need socks and underwear.
That's just
Fucking
it.
Thank you.
You get older, I need socks and underwear. You're opening your gifts. Okay, great. I got a nice wallet. Or great, I got some cool sunglasses. Where is my underwear? Have you seen my underwear drawer lately? Look, wife. I mean, they were white. Now they're yellow or brown. I need some underwear, please.
Or
just
white,
a piece.
Or white with some brown pieces in
there.
there.
some shit shrapnel left over in the underwear. We definitely need underwear as we're getting older.
Yeah, dude. Shit ton of my boxers just look like the crotch went through a paper shredder. Like, I lean back in those fuckers and my testicles just fall through the hole. And then you stand up and they get stuck and pull your nuts back. Oh, it's horrible. You're wearing a testicular fucking G-string.
Shit. That was classic. Oh my god! But I can feel you. Yeah, with the older you get, man, you go to take a shit. You go sit down in the toilet and take a shit. You don't even have to pull your underwear down anymore. They're already holy enough that you just blow through them. Yeah, I get you.
Well, you guys are saying yeah, and I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
I was doing yard work, dude. My pants fell down, drifting down. I went to grab them, and only the elastic band came up. Fucking terrible, bro.
See,
it's true though.
That's why I don't wear boxers. If you just wear briefs that are all one piece, boom, right there.
Dude, my testicles would murder me in my sleep if I wore fucking briefs again.
No, you don't.
No, this dude's got some balls. I will say.
Look, listen to me.
They're flopping around.
I was like, why am I getting this chafe while I'm skating back in the day? And all my buddies are like, dude, grab those Hanes Comfort Soft briefs. And I was like, okay. And I grabbed them. Never will I ever fucking go back. Ever.
I always had big thighs as a kid. So, like, they'd rub.
Oh, you a thick son, bitch.
That's called chub
I did
rub.
wrestling and football. My fucking thighs were ginormous.
It's like you're kick pushing all the fucking time, like every single day for hours upon hours upon hours a fucking day. Like there was a time period where it was just like I skate for fucking 8 to 10 hours a fucking day, starting bright ass early in the morning, skate parks right down the fucking road, like 5 miles. Mom, grandma, take me to that shit. I'm doing this. Okay, go to school, come home. Grandma, you ready? Yup, taking you down there. Go down there. Weekends, buddy owns a skate park. Okay, let's go. Fucking skate shit.
See, some of us had to go to practice. We get out of school, we had to go to practice. You had to do your squats, or you had your leg day, or you had your calisthenics. You had to go out and do your cardio day. You had to go out and do your laps.
Well, you can talk whenever you have a fucking shin vagina, which I still have today.
That's nasty.
Yeah, it is. Just fucking blow your shin out by bonking it off of a sharp, rusty corner at a skate park down a hubba ledge.
You have somebody kick you in the shin with cleats on. That's kind of terrible.
Yeah, wait till you get cleated.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably bad. Too.
It sucks. Yeah. It sucks. You get your hands cleated. You go for a dog pile. There's a fumble on the field. Okay. A lot of parents don't realize that all of us that's played football in the past, organized sports and whatnot. Look, what's going on in a fumble, okay, there's usually only 2 dudes going after a football, okay? The rest of us is punching the opposing players in the nuts or twisting their tits or sack.
Everybody that's on the bottom is getting punched.
Y'all don't realize what's going on. Meanwhile, the parents are yelling at the crowd. They're saying, get that ball. I'm like, we are.
We're trying.
We're trying our damnedest.
Like, dude. Not even like playing real football or anything, just playing with friends and shit. I've been on the very bottom of a dog pile, and let me tell you about I can't breathe.
Oh, I've been there.
You can't fucking breathe.
No, you can't. I've had shit hyperextended. I've had my fingers disconnected.
Instead of wrestling, I hyperextended all my fingers. So I was 140 and like the super heavyweight, like 200 and some pound dude. He's like, "Oh, I'll wrestle you," and he was on top while we were on bottom position, and he just fucking put all of his weight in his chest and flattened me. And I was like, "Oh, I could hold it up with my hands. Like I was strong enough, and my palms did it, but once my fingers got into it, they just went right back to my wrist."
I've been there. I got fingers that was caught in face masks. And still never popped back into place.
Yeah, they just fucking snap out.
Now they just hang there and look all weird.
I always wondered about that, like how that would feel if like your shit is stuck in there, and then a weight just hits that person and they buckle down to the ground while your hand's still in there.
Dude, it's
and you're just fingers just
because you feel like
snap.
Actually it feels like your finger's coming off.
I'm sure.
It really does feel like it's coming off. I had my thumb caught in the corner end of a face mask, and it just feels like it's coming right off.
Kind of like how whenever you stick your fingers to put a cartridge in a NES, which is what we're supposed to be talking about.
Oh yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, let's get on some NES topic.
When did this shit come out? And tell them about all the different box sets.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah,
where do we
start? I got you there.
Okay, let's see. The NES came out. I wanted to say it was 1983. Originally, NES was called Family Computer, which most of y'all know now is Famicom. Yep.
In Japan.
1983, and we had a UA. It was almost 2 years later, almost to the date. 2 years later, in October of 1985, we had an NES release in the States. Pack-in game, Mario, Duck Hunt.
Mario Brothers /
Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers.
Yes.
Yes.
Mario was not. See, now Mario was a plumber who played down pipes, but he didn't start off that way.
Nope.
Mario was Super Jumpman.
Jumpman.
Yeah. But actually, the first console that I remember playing anything Mario Brothers was on an Atari, as far as the console goes, and it was the side scroller Duel. Mario Luigi. It was a Duel. I remember playing it on Atari. I think it was 2600 if I ain't mistaken.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh! See, NES was the first system that was finally pushed out. There was a lot of leeriness about an NES being released and another game console being released, and because their video game crashed in 1983, which
this helped save the video game industry.
This basically did it. 83 did it. There was
what did Nintendo originally start out as? Do you know, Dave? Don't tell him, Mike. I know
it was
you know.
a floppy disk.
No,
it was wanted to be a floppy disk.
No,
when Nintendo
they were playing cards, bro.
Yeah. Oh, that I know. I know about the playing cards.
Well,
I mean,
what did they start
out as far
as? Playing cards.
Playing cards. They start off as playing cards. Yes.
Fucking.
But before Nintendo was Famicom, it was wanted to be because it was family computer already. Yeah. So it was wanted to be a floppy disk system.
Yeah. What's that other shitty fucking thing? The Commodore
64.
Commodore.
Yeah. Okay.
That was your floppy.
Yeah.
I seen
because that's basically where it was already at. We was already at floppy disk era computer system.
Those are old floppy disks too, not like the ones that you can see that are like
normally
5 inches.
Who sees floppies
inches.
Now?
Well, there's big.
You know what I mean.
There's big floppies, and they drop them down to smaller ones.
The old ass floppies were like a notebook.
Yes.
Yeah.
The big bastards. See, Nintendo was actually wanted to go that route, but was put into a cartridge, thank God. So now all of us have cartridges from our past, which were better made and everything, by the way.
Yeah.
And last.
Yeah. That's why you can still make money off of them now.
Yep.
Yes, you can. Which I wish that there would be more cartridge games nowadays, but I understand how it went.
Well, they have cartridge games now, but they're little tiny mini things.
Mini things and taste like Sour Patch Kids.
They're so tiny.
Really?
You never licked a Switch game?
I wouldn't compare it to fucking Sour Patch Kids that are good.
Bad Sour Patch. Okay, Warheads or something sour.
No,
Warhammers are awesome.
It's not even sour. It's fucking bitter and garbage.
It is bitter sour.
Like, it's not even.
But if you put it on the back, if you put it on the side of your tongue back here, it's kind of sweet.
Yikes!
But if it's already, if you have Switch game in your mouth, it's already back by the back of your tongue. You've already done almost swallowed it anyway. So
we have tested this.
Yes, and there's a reason why Switch games was like that. There's a reason because of the they was afraid that kids were going to swallow Switch games. So
yeah,
so it's like what they did with the computer duster made it bitter.
Yeah, made it better. Yeah. But Nintendo had its original games released under 5 screw games, which is still sought after with collectors today.
Yes, sir.
And
about 2 of them off of you, I believe.
Yes.
Mega Man 1. Ooh, did that go
was
for
a
lot of
pricey
money.
one. That was a pricey one.
And what's that fucking flight one? Not 1942.
Balloon Fight.
No,
Balloon Flight.
No, the other one I bought.
Oh, you bought Alpha Mission.
No, I didn't.
Top something?
You bought a Top Gun. Yeah, you bought Top Gun 1. Yeah. You bought Top Gun 1, yeah.
Why you squeak in your seat, man?
Because I have a hell of a cramp in my fucking thigh.
Well, stretch it out.
I'm trying to. I just look like I'm ready to take one.
You're not stretching out. You're just straight down.
I look like I'm taking one.
On a backwards chair.
Right.
Yes.
I got a hell of a cramp going on.
Needs a backwards hat. Need to be straight 90s.
Right. I don't know what the hell happened to my hat. I should have it in here somewhere, but, I don't know.
But 5 screws. Yeah. Anyway.
5 screw games. Very good ones. All the games, I think they still hold up today. It's like some of your originals, like Excite Bike.
It holds up a lot better than older games do. Like, Atari is extremely hard to go back to.
Garbage.
It's kind of hard for me to go back to NES games.
See, I like it.
I was playing Double Dragon, and you got that beginning part where you got those two black guys and they're throwing barrels at you. Like the barrel sometimes like disappears.
They bounce.
Or just like half of it is there. And one time my legs disappeared.
That's your typical NES glitch.
Yeah. I swear to you, like on any game level, the things that people say that happen to you in a game never fucking happened to me, and I'm glad.
Well, You've never played an NES game and half of your character's sprite is missing?
No.
Seriously?
Yeah, they might have buzzed out for like maybe a fucking millisecond, dude. But
it's like in Mega Man games when sometimes when there's like a shit ton of stuff on the camera.
Yeah, that's when you get your slowdown.
Disappear. You're like, weird. How am I supposed to dodge shit when I'm invisible?
You don't even know it's there. Yeah. There's things flying at you. Next thing you know, you're dead. And like, what the fuck? I didn't even know I was anywhere near that bullet or whatever the hell it was. It's extremely terrible when you're playing Contra and half of your body disappears and all that shit's flying at you at one time. You're trying to speed run to some bitch and you're dying. Like, what the hell's hitting me?
You know what I just thought? The pellets that Mega Man shoots.
They look like eggs.
They're like smaller versions of the things that Birdu shoots at you in Mario 2.
Eggs.
Oh, yeah, they are. Yes, they are.
I just look at them as little light yellow orbs.
Okay, here's something else.
Because they have the exact same.
You look at Mega Man. Let's see. I want to say it's Mega Man 2 Airman's level.
Yeah.
The bird that drops the egg.
Yeah.
Looks like Mega Man's bullets.
Does he?
Yes. The bird that drops the egg, when the egg hits and all the little birds come out of it, it looks like the bullet. They're eggs.
Yeah.
What other 5-screw games came out back then? What are some of the first releases, Dave?
The first, Mario Brothers, of course.
Duck Hunt.
So
much fun.
I love Duck Hunt.
And so accurate for being like an old game.
The original 5 screws. Well, okay.
It works like a remote controller.
You had, let's see. Well, there was Stack Up, of course. That came out later.
We talked about Rob.
Yeah, we'll talk about Rob in a little bit.
Gyro Ball.
And Gyromite with Rob.
Gyromite? Is that what it was?
This is our last show. Me and Mitch had an argument about when Rob was in Smash.
Yeah.
And I thought it was Melee, and he thought it was after.
When did you think it came out? Was it GameCube, Wii, or Wii U?
With what?
Rob. When did they have him in Smash? GameCube, Wii, or Wii U? I just want to see if you know.
Let's see. Rob came out in GameCube.
Mikey thought the same thing. I said Wii U.
Yeah, it's Brawl.
Yeah, it's Brawl for the Wii, not the Wii U.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
We had this talk. Yeah, I don't remember him in there either.
I just keep forgetting Brawl was on a Wii.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was a Smash Bros.
I hardly played it.
Oh,
you know what? You're right.
Super Smash
You're right.
Brothers.
Now that I think about that, yeah.
That's when I stopped liking Super Smash Brothers, was Brawl.
Well, Brawl ruined it because of the controllers and all those other fucking garbage shit. Like, that was the worst Smash Brothers. Like, the first one was better.
I'm like, I'm going to sprint and do my karate chop, and it's like, oh, you slipped. What? Yeah. I slipped?
Yeah.
What's the banana peel for if I just randomly fucking slip?
Yes. And, like, the controls are so fucking garbage. Like, ugh.
Yeah, Brawl is definitely the
weaker
lost child, the weaker one.
The black duck.
A la like on
black
the NES, the black sheep,
duck.
the black sheep of Nintendo for Zelda was Link. Adventures of Link, which most people do not like, but
I loved it.
Loved it.
Real Zelda fans play Legend of Zelda 2 Link.
We liked our side
or whatever
scrollers.
The fuck it was called.
The Adventures of Link.
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
That's our side scroller. We loved it.
Yeah,
I did.
One of the few sequels in Legend of Zelda, which is weird.
Yeah. Actually,
well, if you go by the quote unquote timeline,
it's basically a direct. It's basically a direct sequel.
Yeah.
And Majora is to Ocarina a direct sequel.
Yes.
Sequel.
Yes.
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening
to Majora's Mask.
No, Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening was its own game.
No, it was the sequel to. No, Link's Awakening was its own game. Here's the thing. So when in Link's Awakening he went on. No. Link's Awakening was a sequel to Link to the Past. But then in the timeline, okay,
yeah,
Link to the Past. Let me tell you something. So he falls into this Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. All right, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So all of them are there are 3 to 4 to 5 fucking branches of timeline on that fucking game.
Yeah, but Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask,
Ocarina of Time is what splits it all.
Seasons, Oracles, and Link's Awakening are all supposed to be the same Link.
But his hair changes for some reason.
Go figure.
I don't think the NES one was the same one.
No. Here's how it goes.
That's a pink hair.
So here's how this happens. So Skyward Sword is the beginning. Then it goes to Minish Cap. Then it goes to Ocarina. Now, Ocarina splits it into 3 different timelines.
Yeah.
Ocarina will lead you into Majora's Mask. Ocarina will lead you into the timeline, and it even shows it to you in the game long before they made the fucking timeline, where, oh, he saved the future. Well, that doesn't mean you saved the present time that you're in, so it splits. What if Ganon won? What if he lost into the future? What if this happened? Wind Waker happens. Wind Waker branches off into Spirit Tracks and fucking Phantom Hourglass. And I think the Force one, what was that called? Four Swords?
Four Swords, yeah.
And now, if he lost, that branches into technically the first Zelda, and then Zelda 2. And then all this fucking crazy shit happens. Like, what?
I'm pretty sure in
the fuck?
in Seasons and in Oracle, they call you the Hero of Time, which is the Link from Ocarina.
I remember something like that.
That's true.
You are the legendary hero.
Yeah,
that's true.
You're the legendary hero of time.
Yeah.
Or some shit.
I don't even remember it. The point is, Nintendo came out with this timeline after all this shit just because it's fan shit. And they were like, look, we're giving this to you because you guys want it. And making new games.
Helped them.
Making new games, they're like, look, we do the story, then we put it in the timeline later. That's just how it is. And Skyward Sword is like perfect for the first beginning because it is set up as the beginning. Like there is no hero.
Well, I think they originally didn't have a plan, but
no, they didn't. No,
it was just
as other people made it for them. They're like, "Oh, that's a good idea."
As it went on,
yeah,
and it's all fan fucking service, which is awesome.
Well, it's like the Metroid games. The Metroid game for NES,
which one of them, by the way, is a 5-screw?
Yeah, 5-screw. Yeah.
It's like the middle or the end of Samus's journey, like through all the games, because you're fighting the last of the Metroids.
I feel like the people that make it are like don't even care because they've hardly come out with any Metroid games anymore. Like,
well, at least they had some. Where was our Kid Icarus's?
I fucking love.
I have Kid Icarus Uprising.
I have 2. Yeah. I have 2 of them. I have the Game Boy version, and I have Kid Icarus for Nintendo.
Uprising's awesome.
You know, Kid Icarus needed more.
Well, didn't I show you, Mike, the original NES version? You were like, "This is fucking awesome!" Like, dude, that game is fucking badass.
It's a hell of a platformer. It's a good game.
Yeah.
Uprising's also so much fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it eventually and try it out like you wanted me to. Yeah, we'll play it for the.
I would definitely like to see some.
It's in my DS at your house.
See, he's one of the. That's another one of the characters that's like lost over time.
Well, in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, they have Dark Pit and Palutena.
Yeah, they just added. That's like a Fire Emblem. They added
but I've seen that shit.
6 fucking characters for.
Yeah,
fucking
but it
Fire
makes
Emblem.
sense. Like, why the fuck would you have Lady Palutena, a literal fucking god, be a character? Like, how do you even make that?
And she fucking sucks.
How do you even make that a character?
And she sucks. Like, dude, young Link or get the fuck out of here.
Dave agree.
Dave
yes, agree.
I'm a Luigi.
Yeah, Mike's like pretty fucking good as Luigi.
That's what I hated. Like, that's another reason why I stopped, is because they completely fucking changed Luigi's moveset in fucking Ultimate. And I'm like, oh, okay, this game I played for 20 fucking years. Oh, my character is just fucking ruined.
Well, they did it with fucking Mario, too. Instead of doing...
Every fucking fighting game, they do this shit.
It's like they fucking... I forget what they changed about it, but all of a sudden your up B or something, or your down B is Flood.
Yeah, the Flood.
And I love fucking Sunshine. Don't put it in Smash, though, because that shit don't work that great.
Dude, he always depressed the shit out of me when he talked.
Flood. Oh, yeah.
He's such an emo faggot. He's such an emo.
We didn't have a lot of talking with the NES
N-word.
back then. They were just squeaks back then. Yeah. Or things would act like they were talking.
Flood squeaked.
And move their mouth. And we had to read dialogue back then when we was kids.
Yeah.
Or it went Banjo-Kazooie way, where
I hate that so much.
It's grating and shit. Because you can skip the dialogue, but you can't skip the noises.
That is true.
That's true. NES had so many good releases early on. We had our original 5 screws. We had some of them that kind of like flew under the radar. It's a little bit of a collector's item nowadays, like Donkey Kong Math, for one, which is, you want to talk about Nintendo kind of had, they were innovators back then. Well, they had to do some things that was different. Okay, and in order to do some things that was different, well, let's go to a broader audience. Let's actually teach. So Nintendo did it. They started teaching with some characters that they're going to recognize or some characters they're going to like. So they did Donkey Kong Math. We had things like Rob the Robot, later on.
They did so many, like, what are they called? Peripherals or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like Rob was a major failure, and it only worked for 2 games.
He was for 2 games. The thing is he would work, but he was supposed to be. He was your buddy.
Yeah.
That's what he was designed for, and you could move along with the game a little bit faster, but with Rob, it's
a drag.
Some of the stuff. Man, you hear that pounding in the background? Listen to that.
Fucking fapping.
That's a hell of a pissing going on in there.
Nah, it's just fapping. That's
thick that semen. My God, it's a garden hose draining.
I thought I pissed faster. Maybe I just use the side of the toilet like a non-Neanderthal.
All right, where is your what are some of your favorites on the NES?
Cause I didn't think I had very many games for the NES, but then I checked like my virtual library for my 3DS. I got like, you said the original Kirby was on there?
Yeah, Kirby Adventure was on there.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Double Dragon.
Awesome, by the way.
The Kirby Adventure game was fucking like, you don't have copy abilities. You just have to play as Kirby.
Oh, yeah.
You just had to play as Kirby. He was a basic. Yeah, he did. He does slide kick, yeah.
Which is probably why it was a lot harder than a lot of Kirby's.
Oh, yeah. And once you beat the game, you hold down like certain amount of buttons, and it what?
I was asking you for a beer. I'm sorry.
Oh, and you restart the game, and it completely changes all of the enemies you have that you're fighting against. And I liked Mario 2 a lot. Mario 3, that's my baby.
Mario 2.
I love that more than fucking Super Mario.
Here's a topic for everybody. Okay, a lot of you guys that know me know that I was actually in a Nintendo Championship in Florida when I was a kid.
Nice. Okay. Was it the Wizard Championship?
It was okay. That movie came out after. Okay.
He said, "Don't step on my feet."
California.
It came out after, but yeah, there was a Mario game that you had to play Mario 3 in the championships later on. But I go down there, and you do these entry level games. You have to beat so many games to go on to the next level. Beat this game, go on to the next level. Beat this game, you know.
That's when it released, wasn't it?
Yeah. Until you got past that point, and then you would go inside, and then you have to play this game and beat this, or get to a certain point, then go there. Then eventually you play the game in the championship. Okay, I go there, and my entry game that I drew was Ninja Gaiden. Awesome, by the way, Ninja Gaiden 1. I had to beat the game in under a half an hour. No problem. Did it. I already did it. One of the hardest Ninja Gaiden games ever. And then my next game that I had to play is not actually a hard game to play nowadays.
Oh, I know what you were going to say.
Which is Blaster Master.
I fucking love Blaster Master.
And it was, to me, I look at that as like, you fucker. You know, and I've carried it in here, and then we get into some Nintendo conversations here in the store, and some even the younger kids or adults like me, you know, they're talking about, yeah, and Nintendo, I used to love Blaster Master. Did you play the new Blaster Master that came out on other consoles later?
Blaster Master Zero?
I'm like, fuck Blaster Master, man. That game, when I drew Blaster Master, you know, my grandpap at the time said, okay, well, have you played that? I said, no, because I never played it. And that's the game that I drew. The first game that I drew was Ninja Gaiden, and I blew through it. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. I'm like, I got this. And then there was Blaster Master.
Dave holds a strong resentment towards Blaster Master.
I do not like Blaster Master.
Blaster Master is so fucking fun, though.
I mean, you know, it wasn't until, I'd say maybe this year, that I actually played No, it would have been last year. I played Blaster Master again. And it's actually, you know, I hadn't played it since I was a kid. Hated it so damn bad because of that.
It soured you.
It soured me. Yes, it did. It angered me so much. But I played it last year on my Mini. I have a Mini with everything on it, you know, of course. And I played it and I said, you know what? This game actually isn't that bad.
It's not bad at all.
It's just that when it bounced me, and we're all the way in Florida, and I'm thinking, I got this. And I it's basically you're eliminated in the second round.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Blaster Master is just like you're rolling around in a tank and shit, and then all of a sudden you gotta get out, you go down some stairs, and go into a hole,
move around, and
now it's a fucking overhead, top down fucking what is it, shooter, right?
Yes.
I haven't played it in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, but that shit is so fucking much fun.
Blaster Master actually is a pretty good game. See, Nintendo had the distinctness of releasing games. Their artwork on the games was like either so much better than the game itself.
Oh, Blaster Master is definitely that.
Yeah, that artwork on the character, he's actually a boss.
I have a pristine fucking copy in the box of Blaster Master, and that shit looks like a new fucking game that just came out. And it is fucking badass.
And it's actually not what it you know, no.
Like, that game in general is all around just badass.
Yeah, it's
good luck.
Okay.
Good luck figuring everything out, though. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, Blaster Master's a little bit of a bitch. I have a strong resentment for it, though.
Dude, have you ever played River City Ransom?
River City? Oh yes,
dude,
big time.
So much fun, and that's a recent one I just got into. Like, because Switch has that $20 a year thing where you get the thing. We got River City Ransom. And I was like, this is like Double Dragon, but better. Because I can go buy shit.
Yeah.
How far did you get into Double Dragon, by the way, Mitch?
Like
1, 2, or 3. Double Dragon 1, 2, or 3.
I got to the first one.
Okay.
I got to the platforming part, and I fucking hate it so fucking much.
Which one? The platforming part on level 1?
No, when the fucking shit's falling out of the sky and you're fucking jumping around.
I made it to where that purple shit was.
Yeah,
that you were
after you fight the two abobos or whatever.
Abobos.
I died twice on like the bridge part where the water is, and I was like, okay, I just want to go check out more NES games.
That place is a bitch.
So, I mean, I never beat it, but I do love fucking Double Dragon.
Double Dragon's awesome. Awesome. Definitely an awesome game. Which kind of like falls along with River City Ransom. Those characters in River City Ransom, I can't think of the name that they are.
They came out with a new one.
On. But those, there is for Switch.
For Switch, yeah.
But there's River City Ransom characters, and the characters in Super Dodgeball were based like in the same universe. But I can't think of the name of the creator of it or the universe of those characters. They're all different characters, but it's like their own world. That's why they look so much different than, what is it, Billy and what's his name in Double Dragon?
I forget their name.
Yeah, I forget.
And their names are different, like depending on what version you have and shit.
It's Billy and something. That's gonna bug the shit out of me now. Player 1, Player 2. It's like Contra. You're Mad Dog and Scorpion, which we was playing a little bit earlier too. I was playing Super C. I wasn't playing original Contra, but
made it to the last level, and then
it's like
last level, and I was like, you know what, I'm tired.
They say the name like one time on the back of the box or in the manual. So it's like, okay. They basically have no name.
Like for NES, dude, I have 2 games that I could not put past each other at all. Super Mario Brothers 2, which isn't...
Wait a minute, you never beat that?
What?
Mario 2?
No, can't put them past on a higher level than each other.
Oh, okay.
Bubble and Bobble grew up on Bubble and
Bobble.
Bobble, which is just so fucking fun. Well, you have to have another person.
It's so cute.
You have to have another person for it to be really fun, but it's still fun as shit just by yourself.
Bubble Bobble's awesome.
And Mario Brothers 2. The Doki Doki version.
Yeah.
Doki Doki Panic.
Yeah, we're not talking lost levels here.
Oh, I have that on my fucking
So
DS.
do I. And people...
fuck that.
They tried to say that shit is harder.
Yes.
So that's why we fucking...
Yeah. It actually is.
I got just as far as the normal Mario Brothers on that one. I didn't beat it. I didn't beat it, but I got just as far. I don't think it's not really that hard.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no.
What is it, level? I got stuck on like
World
level 4, level 2 or something. There's you have to do a run jump, and then
that is the
duck.
Hardest part.
And then duck.
yeah, in midair.
It's like Mario. What is it? Like the first Mario. It's like level 8-3, and you have to run and jump and hit the little small platform. And still keep going.
That perfectly.
I can do it. Yeah, I can do it now. But that lost levels. It's like, okay, you got to run, jump, slide.
Yeah.
It's it was definitely difficult.
Yeah,
it was.
We in America got a different Mario Brothers 2 because the Japanese thought the lost levels was too hard.
Which actually, I'm glad we got it.
Yeah,
I'm glad. Again, there you go.
Doki
There's
Panic
the black sheep.
More fun.
There's your black sheep.
Yeah, Doki Doki Panic is way more fun.
Right.
But I really don't think Lost Levels is that hard. I've never beaten it. Like I said, never beaten it.
No, I beat it on All Stars. I beat it on Mario All Stars.
Oh, did you? Oh, nice.
I beat it on All Stars.
Yeah. It just
seemed like it played a little bit easier. Because your sprites are so much cleaner.
Oh, yeah.
On All Stars.
That's another thing with NES is like the glitchiness that everybody experiences. I didn't experience.
Most of us do.
I just thought it was fucking harder, but not like glitchy harder. Like not bad hard, but just harder.
It's so much harder for me to get into those old games, truthfully.
I thought the same thing until I really started working into it for this episode. And I was like, dude, I fucking love NES games now. Because now I just want to play them, but I'm so stuck in Dragon Quest that I can't fucking get.
Dude, we can do... I mean, I think we should actually, with NES, we should do like a version, like an A and a B, part 2 podcast of NES. It deserves that much love. Really, it does.
Because really, this whole episode has been nothing but tangents.
It saved the gaming industry.
It really did. It saved it.
It made it what it is today.
12 original releases, or 12 or 18 5-screw original releases for it. Urban Championship.
Let's not forget, because I beat this game like recently last year, because we're still on the first month of 2021. On Famicom only. Well, not Famicom only, but... Okay. Dragon Warrior, also known as Dragon Quest in America.
Yeah.
I beat the first one. Dude, you want to talk about Zelda not telling you what to fucking do?
Yeah.
Dragon Quest is almost the same way. They tell you a tiny bit, but hardly. They give you, like, little tiny hints. But... Dude, that shit is fucking hard, but it is so much fun. I fucking beat it. I was so happy, and now I got the newest Dragon Quest instead of playing all the middle ones. That right up there next to Final Fantasy. I just fucking love that game.
See, I could not, back then when I was a kid, I could not get into RPGs at the time. I did not get into Final Fantasy.
Oh, you horse.
I did not get into the original Zelda. I didn't get into it. I didn't get into Dragon Warrior, any of them. I didn't get into, like another, dungeon game.
Back then, they weren't even RPGs. They were figure-it-out games.
Figure-it-out games. Then you had your point-and-clicks like Deja Vu and Shadowgate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just couldn't. I just couldn't.
Monkey's Island.
I'm playing. I'm like, what the hell is this? At the time, I'm. Let's see, 85. I was fucking. What the hell was I? 2, 5, 7. In 85, I was 7, and I was. You start playing Mario, and then you're playing things like Excite Bike.
Excite Bike's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're playing things like Alpha Mission, a hell of a shooter.
What about Rygar?
Rygar's a decent game.
No, don't even call it decent.
It's a decent game.
Fucking good. That is a good hard game.
It was more of a port. It was a better port. Well, most games were a better port on the arcade anyway, but that one. Speaking of a totally different game for Nintendo, we were just talking about Ninja Gaiden. Yeah. I blew through Ninja Gaiden. Okay, as a kid, a lot of us had. Totally different game in the arcade.
Oh,
completely different. I mean, completely different. Not even the only thing that was point on is Ryu. That's it. Everything else
is it Ryu or Ryu? And did they reuse him for Street Fighter later on?
That's Ryu.
So they are different.
There's two different. That's Ryu. Okay. But then you have Ryu Hayabusa.
I know
Ryu Hayabusa.
I know Nintendo likes to throw in those weird fun lore things. So.
I think it's weird that the original Ninja Gaiden is a thing that existed, but the new Ninja Gaidens created Team Ninja.
Yeah. Ninja Gaiden was a whole story about the dad being killed. And Ninja Gaiden, it's 1, 2, and 3. Actually, all 3 of them.
For those who don't know,
together.
Mike is a huge DOA fan.
Yes.
And
I
DOA
love me some Team Ninja.
Fucking awesome. Man. Team Ninja makes a lot of fucking cool ass games that are kind of off the grid.
Except for
not
Other
off
M.
the grid.
Other M is a really good game if it wasn't about Samus and Metroid.
Yes. Isn't that just a fighter game, right? Yeah.
Dude, you
pretty much,
I forget.
You have a boss fight with Ridley. And Samus is like, oh no, I'm gonna be fainting. Her armor's all phasing out and glitching. And it's like, are you serious? My silent protagonist that beat the fuck out of the most horrifying monsters in the fucking galaxy is reduced to this from Ridley? I understand that she was orphaned at a young age from Ridley, but Other M takes place after the original Metroid game, and it's
you fucking
killed Mother Brain.
Yeah.
Mother Brain's a fucking giant monster with a fucking killer laser beam.
Where does Prime Echoes, where does that fall in? The Metroid universe.
Prime 2, and then
it's before
Corruption, Prime 3.
They're before oh shit. They're before Other M and before Fusion and a few other ones.
Before Fusion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't Fusion?
Because Fusion's supposed to be one of the last ones, because it's after the Metroids are completely annihilated.
What's the one that's a remake of the original for Game Boy Advance?
Zero Mission.
Zero Mission. I'm thinking it was Fusion, but it's not. No.
Yeah, Zero Mission.
Fusion's fucking cool though. I like Fusion. I like the armor in Fusion a lot more than the original armor.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Talking Various suit or
the variant, yeah.
Okay. The variant, yeah.
The heat resistant one.
What about the other fucking original games 1942 and shit like that?
1942, nice arcade port, which was very good for Nintendo.
Yeah, it was everywhere.
The better one, I will say, is 1943 Battle of the Midway. Another nice Capcom arcade port, which both of them were Capcom, by the way.
Yeah.
1942 was one of the early Capcom games, like Mega Man. Mega Man 1, the hardest fucking Mega Man by far. Yeah.
Oracle.
As far as 1 through 6. Let's go 1 through 6. Mega Man's 1 through 6. Mega Man 1 is definitely the hardest.
Hold on one second. What were you going to say about Oracle Seasons?
Oracle Seasons and Oracle Vages or whatever are also Capcom.
Yeah,
yes,
they are.
Yes.
So is Minish Cap, actually.
Oh, really?
Yep. They're all three of them are great games.
So are the Marvel vs. Capcom games and all the shit that destroyed Capcom because they got greedy as fuck.
Marvel vs. Capcom was like a massive fucking hit.
Oh yeah, but there's a newer one.
Capcom's just...
It came out maybe 5 years ago by this time.
Oh, well, yeah, that would
definitely... But no, it was like... It was episodic... And it started out with like 10 characters, and everybody was DLC that cost like $2 to $5. It was fucking bullshit.
Kind of how like DOA does their shit.
See, I'm the old school boys. You know, I do like some of the new age gaming where some characters are, you know, released, and you can get these downloadable characters, like say Mortal Kombat. You get Rambo, or you can get Terminator or whatever. Now I do like that in some of the new gaming.
The last good Mortal Kombat was XL.
XL was fantastic.
Yeah.
I do not like that the kids nowadays are being forced to go online to use their imagination.
Yeah, that's garbage.
It's bullshit. And the fucked up thing is they can't play. Some of them give a little bit of, you know, kudos to where it goes. Like my kids love Contra. They love Contra. Because Dad loves Contra. You know, well, Contra's awesome. Well, fair enough. I get it. Contra's awesome. But if you look at Contra 1 now, and you look at games nowadays, now Call of Duties, whatever, or the new one for PS5, Cold War. Yeah. Like Call of Duty Cold... Okay.
Well, it's on
different
PS4
games.
as well.
It's on 4. Okay, now different games, yes. Still war shooters, yes. Open world compared to side-scroller, yes. I get it. But you look at what it was then, and look at what it looks like now, like you're watching a movie. Basically, you're watching a movie. You're not using your imagination. And then when you see a badass boss in it, it's like, oh my god, what the hell is that?
Well,
Back then, it's like, what the fuck?
Like Horizon Zero Dawn is like watching a movie, but fuck, do you have to do so many different fucking things? Like, there are certain games that apply. Like, I'm sure Mike, he played Ghost of Tamishu. You said that.
Yeah.
Ghost shit was fucking...
Sushimi or whatever.
Sumishu? I don't know.
But I love that game. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. I like a lot of new aging. You know, I can't say, you know, I'm here, I own this game store, and, you know, I got to play a little bit of everything. So when I play something, if I like it, I'll say it. If I don't, I don't. But, you know, I like to test a little bit of everything and see what's what and where the gaming industry is going.
Yeah. Well, that's why
But it's just maybe it's more I'm more towards the older stuff because I was raised up on it. I don't know. Well, I liked being able just to sit down and play a fucking game.
Right.
Save it. Or save it on a memory card later on, you know, GameCube, PlayStation 1, 2, whatever.
What, Legend of Zelda was the first game you could save?
You could just, yeah. And you know, you can just play a game and go back to it. You didn't have to use everybody else to talk to on a headset to use your imagination. You know how we did that? They came over our house and we socialized playing a fucking game.
Yeah, they phased out couch co-op.
Yeah, what the hell?
It's like Halo, dude. Halo used to have a fucking great storyline. And then they take it to fucking the online shit. And like that's where Halo 4 and 5 and shit. After Reach, 4 and 5... Like, you need online to fucking truly enjoy this shit because the story is not good. No. I love Halo multiplayer on all fucking Halo games. But here's the thing. When you start taking out the story that created the motherfucker, you done fucked it all up.
I agree there. I agree there.
Fucked it
I have absolutely no problem playing a futuristic game if it's designed as a futuristic game. When you take a Call of Duty game that was a fucking war game and you turn it into futuristic whatever guns and it's something totally different, what in the hell? Yeah. You just butchered what it started off being.
Like the last good actual Call of Duty game, let's be honest here, people will say it's Modern Warfare 2 now. It's World at War.
World at War, yeah.
I like Modern Warfare 2.
I mean, it was fun, but when it comes to like...
Oh, it failed. Let's get them next time.
Yeah, exactly.
Call of Duty 3 I like as well. 360 Call of Duty 3.
I never played that. I remember playing like Big Red 1 and shit.
Oh, that's
like
good.
Oh,
one.
yeah.
PS2. Big Red 1's
Big Red 1
That's a good one. That's PS2.
Yeah, and then
I had mine on 360. But anyway.
No, the 360 was a different one, I thought.
No,
Big Red 1's on PS2.
It was also on 360. I
no
promise
shit,
you.
really?
I promise you. Because I tried to beat it on like, well, I don't know the Call of Duty terms, but on Halo it was called Legendary. Mm-hmm. And dude, you were just getting lit up left and right. Like, this is a good hard game because it doesn't fuck you. It's like you either do everything right or you die, and that is how it goes.
Call of Duty games is good, but you know, I was raised on, if I'm gonna play a war game like that, you know, I was raised on Medal of Honor.
Yes, I was just about to bring
that up. But that's PlayStation though. That we're on an NES right now. Dude. PlayStation's gonna have an A and B chapter, I believe, as well.
PS1 and PS2.
PS1 and PS2.
I don't know how we're gonna do it with PS3 because Mike could give that system justice because
I have to clean mine. My disk drive doesn't work.
I didn't play.
Well, it just
PS3
so happens there's this video game store at 3356 Pennsylvania Avenue, Weirton, West Virginia 26062.
Get them.
That happens to have game systems like that.
What's that game store called?
It's This and That Virtual Shop in Weirton, West Virginia. Shop spelled SHOPPE.
We are here filming right now. Well,
yes, we
recording.
Shopee.
We're here right now. Shopee. This and That Virtual Shopee.
Was on Google Maps, it just says the N shop.
Yeah, this in that shop.
it's kind of cool that you can type in. We just checked this out and we put it to test earlier, and we just type in NES. And my game store popped up immediately. It's like, wow.
I know we've got like off topic so many times, but if we're talking about war games, really fucking quick, let's talk about fucking Brothers in Arms.
Oh, what, for PS2?
Xbox, PS2,
Xbox.
all that. You want to talk about a good couch co-op game? Brothers in fucking Arms, the first one, the fucking first one. You want to talk about like revolutionizing like real war fucking shit? Brothers in Arms.
I played the was it the original Battlefield 1942 or something?
Okay, like you want to talk espionage? Since we're on Nintendo.
Don't do it.
Metal Gear, baby.
Yeah.
Metal Gear, baby.
He did it.
Metal Gear, Snake's Revenge, either or. I'd rather play Metal Gear.
That's you.
Well, that was chunky.
No, not at all, actually. Yeah, dude. Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. Absolutely. Metal Gear.
Well, that's like the thing I was trying to get to. Like, an espionage game that nobody ever like dealt with before.
Mm-hmm.
I am criticized by this all the time by standing by Nintendo. Look, I want to sit down and play a game like we were talking about. Give me that fucking gimmicky shit. I don't care how gimmicky it is. It is something that changes a normal game into something else, but in a good, different fucking way, depending on how you look at it.
Like I was playing a Wii game not too long ago.
Which was?
And like, probably Pikmin. But
fair enough.
I like sat my pop down on the coffee table in front of me, and like I moved the controller a certain way, and it stopped responding because my beer can was in front of the fucking screen. So it's like the motion control just fucked up. It's
so
like
you didn't have to worry about that in Nintendo.
I get how it's fun to be gimmicky as shit, but like
that's the point of
the
games.
Wii U completely crashed because of how gimmicky it was, and nobody even knew that it was an actual system
because everybody thought it was an attachment to the Wii.
Because that's what it looked like.
Here's what's fucked up. Okay, the sensors in games like that now have that problem. If you happen to put something in front of them, or they would shut a system off and completely shut down. Okay. Nintendo had wireless controllers that if you did that, it wouldn't shut your fucking system off.
Wavebird.
It just,
Wavebird is
well, that's for GameCube. I'm talking about the wireless NES controllers. That there was wireless NES controllers that it wouldn't do that. The game would still respond.
Oh, I'm sure they were.
But it
just
was all
fantastic.
But no, they weren't. They weren't worth a piss. But they would still. I mean, wherever it was blocking on the eye, you couldn't do. So if you're a controller, if you're trying to go right, if you had something sitting in front of you to go right, you can't go right. You can go left or jump or whatever else, but you can't go that way until you move that can. Oh, now I can. But see, it wouldn't shut your system off. It wouldn't completely glitch. However, there was a different way of glitching for Nintendo. If you farted the wrong way, or you breathed or sneezed or whatever, or didn't do anything whatsoever, you're playing a game. You're playing Mario, right? doot, 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 doot.
Oh, God.
And you're like, what the fuck? And what was really bad back then, ladies and gentlemen and little kiddos, there was no save on that game.
Nope.
That's why you had to either marathon it, and you got so damn good at the first few levels. Oh my God! I remember games
or
glitching
passwords.
so bad.
Or
like,
passwords. Bubble
A
and
lot
Bobble.
of games didn't have
the Legend of
password
Zelda
systems early.
games have batteries in them to like keep your memory
Yeah, the
alive.
Zelda games.
Yes, they did.
And you got fucking We didn't even talk about like the granddaddy of games that was on the Nintendo. It was
Pong.
on other games. What you don't know?
Pong.
Pong's
That
Atari.
was Atari.
That is the grandfather of games.
I'm talking about I'm talking about Tetris, son.
Oh God!
Pong is way
And I
before
fucking
Tetris.
hate Tetris.
I hate Tetris. No, I have
I
no
love
problem.
the clones. The clones
There
are
you go.
so
I
much
love me some
better.
Tetris.
I have no problem
I
with
played
some
that
of the
and
other.
Yoshi's Cookie.
Yeah, the clones. Dr. Mario.
Dr. Mario,
Fucking
yeah.
love it. Love Dr. Mario. Tetris. Nah.
I think that's a little too mean to say that Dr. Mario is a clone of Tetris. Because
I get what you're saying.
matched up like certain things. Right?
That's kind of how like fucking Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine for Sega was. But that is my favorite clone
Okay,
of Tetris.
then you go. You got columns.
Columns
You
are
got
so fucking
Bust
badass.
a move.
Fuck
You got
Yeah.
Bust a Move. That kind of falls in the same category as Dr. Mario.
Yeah.
Tetris was all shapes.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Mario's color
I
code.
hate Tetris.
Columns. I can't stand Tetris.
And you gotta kill your viruses and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
I love me some Tetris.
I can't stand Tetris. God, it was everywhere.
I love the fucking music for it too.
That's the best thing about it. Oh God, I couldn't stand Tetris.
Now
I'll tell you what. I'll give you all the credit to the Russians and band, but
Yeah.
you created one hell of a game, and it was everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere, even handheld puzzles was Tetris.
Like your grandma still plays fucking Tetris
Like-
today.
Back in the USSR, it's like, what we do here? Well, we eat potato, drink vodka, and play Tetris.
Yeah. And
Which
the fucking original Tetris, like through them, is worth so much money because they what exactly did they do with the Russian version, the original version? They fucking like didn't copyright it. I don't know.
Right.
We got a
US release. Now there's
Yeah.
a Tengen release for Tetris that is one of the holy grails, one of the more collectible games out there.
You're talking 12,000 before COVID.
Yeah.
The one I had was the gray Game Boy.
Yeah. It was a pack-in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the pack-in. That shows you what Tetris actually did. That it was a pack-in and Mario wasn't. For the Game Boy. Mario was not a pack-in for the Game Boy, but Tetris was.
Yeah.
Like we had our Sega episode, and we was talking about the pack-in, which was the original pack-in was Altered Beast, but then it turned into Sonic. So the original pack-in for the Game Gear was Sonic.
Sonic's fucking awesome.
So they just totally, for Nintendo, they was like, okay, we're going to get rid of our mascot, and we're going to give everybody Tetris. Why? Because the craze was everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah.
And they used it for Game Boy.
Game. It's like what phone games are today, Tetris was.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Best
Phone
way to
games
put it.
back then was Minesweeper.
And Snake.
Yes.
And Snake. And Snake, yeah.
Snake, dude, I actually loved fucking Snake.
Yes.
I don't know why.
I did
just
love
did.
fucking the snakes.
What
I
the fuck was the point of Minesweeper?
Oh, okay. So,
to not blow your legs off.
Yeah.
I was
Here's
really
the best
good
way
at
to
that
put
game.
it. The lower the number, you go towards that number. The higher the number, you stay away from. And then eventually, after you're going through those lower numbers, you'll break off the pieces, and you'll eventually see where to go towards the higher numbers to hit, like, the good spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
The numbers are how many mines are touching that certain square.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so that's why when you would like click here and it would open up so much.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
It would open up so much, and then, or if you click here, it would open up so much there.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes
I
sense.
did once I figured out Minesweeper, I couldn't get off of it. I love it. That and fucking, as Aqua Teen Hunger Force would say, Soltar. Solitaire, dude. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I love
me
solitaire.
some solitaire.
Yeah. Dude, you can't go wrong with
So
solitaire.
look at the Jack. He's winking at you.
What do we call it? Badass mother. Yo, badass mother 4,000. Twice as fast as your ass. Fucking Master Shake's the fucking...
Now, see, look at the NES, okay? Look at the games that started, the kick-started the old Crash. The video game Crash of 83. When Nintendo came out, look at the characters that came out that continued on. Mario is everywhere. Mario's a giant. Okay.
Donkey Kong is not as well remembered, though.
Donkey Kong's more remembered as being an arcade.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough.
And how fun were those Donkey Kong games? Maybe not the first one, jumping over barrels, that everybody loves. You can love it.
The Game & Watch ones are terrible.
It is so fucking unforgiving.
Well, Donkey Kong 3,
I like
Donkey
3
Kong Jr., which was also on Nintendo, another 5-screw game.
So I have those remakes they made for Game Boy.
I have all.
They're like a bunch of arcade games.
Mm-hmm.
And they had like Game & Watch versions and new versions.
Mm-hmm.
And like the Game & Watch fucking Donkey Kong was terrible. Like how everybody just specifically moves a frame.
Yeah.
It's like this.
That's how all Game & Watch games
What are those fucking... Yeah, it's like this terrible fucking games. I forget what the fuck they're called.
They're called Game & Watch games.
No, you get them from like Taco Bell like a long ass time ago.
Tamagotchi?
No, I forget what the fuck they're called.
You're thinking like the games that... I know what you're talking about.
They're like handheld games.
Tiger Electronics
games.
Yeah,
the Tiger Electronics games, yeah.
Yeah, those games are terrible.
There were some good ones.
There was some good ones.
The football ones.
That was a good one. The Turtles one was good. You basically, the characters are just there. The background is already there. And then
they light up. And it keeps making the like this fucking metronome of noise.
Look at all those characters that Nintendo started and jump started. It's still around today.
Yeah, Yoshi.
I was just saying
Donkey Kong, Mario,
Zelda.
Yoshi's a popular name in Japan, like before the existence of our beloved dinosaur friend.
Yeah, I'd love the name Yoshi. So,
that's weird.
I mean,
like, there's a shit ton of famous Japanese historical figures that were named Yoshi.
It's true.
It's like Yoshimitsu.
Yeah, and then there's...
Namo.
There you go.
Yeah. Then you got
which is the best Tekken character, by the way.
And then you have fucking...
Soul Calibur.
Fuck you, King.
Let's not forget Yoshinari Kitase, the producer of Final Fantasy.
That was too many syllables.
Yoshinari Kitase. It's one name.
Look at what Nintendo really did do. Look at okay. There's Final Fantasy. There's more games from that.
Final Fantasy is still a fucking.
They did with there's Final Fantasy.
There are fucking over 60 games in the Final Fantasy fucking franchise now. 60.
There's Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I think it's so.
It continued. Mario was huge. Zelda, Link. That he's a household name.
He is the hero. He is my dog's fucking name.
even Excite Bike had some more games, and they still do today.
And people can think it's fucking bland.
Isn't that fucking amazing that Excite Bike was one of the first racing games, and it's one of the first racing games you can make your own fucking course in?
Yeah.
Excite Bike is awesome. Now, come on. You look at the graphics then. I don't give a shit. That game is so damn fun just to play today.
Yeah. You just go. You just go.
Just don't overheat.
Yeah. That was shit.
Yeah, that's what makes it hard.
yeah.
It's not even hard. It's just annoying.
I gotta show you that Pokemon Yellow mini game with Pikachu because it kind of had.
You've talked about that on the past episodes.
Kind of had that Excite Bike thing where you jumped over the fucking waves.
Yeah, I looked it up after you told me about it. I was like, I kind of do remember that, but I don't.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like.
Excite Bike was just awesome. Excite Bike's awesome.
Yeah.
You got fucking you got fun ass games like random shit. You got Marble Madness. Everybody knows what fucking it's rough, but it is fun.
It's fun, man. That game's rough.
And you got what's the football games called? I always
Tecmo Bowl.
Thank you. Tecmo Bowl. Just be fucking what's his name?
Bo Jackson.
Yes,
well, Walter Payton. You could either be the Raiders or the Bears in Tecmo Bowl 1.
Which are two fucking teams that just garbage now. Just absolute failures. Like,
let's see, back then he was either Bo Jackson and you were untouchable, or you were Walter Payton, again, untouchable.
Yeah. And Dodgeball. That's
Super Dodgeball.
Okay, look, listen. I remember now that glitched the fuck out on me. Dodgeball
was fun.
It flashed on me, but it was fun. You had your basketball games. You had your ice hockey. You had all that fucking
Blades
shit.
of Steel is your hockey game. That's what you want to play on NES.
Ice hockey.
There's ice hockey where your sprites are like bigger than a screen, but they're not bigger than a screen. But nonetheless, there's ice hockey. There's other games, But for NES, you want to play Blades of Steel.
Yeah, fucking Little Samson. Dave.
What? So it's one of the rares that I still have.
The rarest.
Little Samson.
You just drop bombs and shit.
It's fun. It's a nice platformer. It's not really difficult. I mean, I was playing at one point last year, and I blew through stage 1, and I still remember it. I actually played that game back then. I had it when Super Nintendo was already out, and I blew through Little Samson. It's not exactly as difficult as it used to be, but still somewhat difficult.
What is the game where you're a caveman and you fight dinosaurs?
You fight dinosaurs?
Yeah.
The caveman games?
It's a Super Nintendo game.
Is it?
Yeah, that's Joe and Mac.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, caveman games. Oh, no. No, caveman games was basically a sport game.
Oh.
If I remember right. Yeah, you're thinking of Joe and Mac.
Yeah, maybe. I thought I seen it on your the classic gray cartridge or whatever.
Nintendo had so many damn good games. It was not funny. Capcom was huge. Releasing your Mega Mans with Violent Commandos
earlier, but what about the good old fucking goody good? That Castlevania.
Oh, there you go.
That Castlevania, man. You talk about whips. Talk about some kink.
Again, look at those games that was released for Nintendo, and the series is still going.
There's like fucking 30 fucking Castlevanias now.
Right, look at Castlevania. You look at so many Nintendo games. Nintendo had a huge library. NES had a huge library. A lot of those games are still making characters stay. That's why we was talking about Kid Icarus. What the fuck happened to him?
Yeah, Uprising. I hate that.
It's like Kid Icarus. He should have been
still not
more
that
games.
Popular, though.
Uprising should be popular.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We had Excite Bike, and an N64 had Excite Bike 64.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where is it now? There should have been more Excite Bike.
It's on the Switch. That's where it's at now.
Yeah, there should have been more.
I don't
Excite
know
Bike.
if there's much you could really do with that.
You just
it's
make
like,
more courses.
what's it going to do? Become Motocross?
What did they do with Final Fantasy? What did they do with Metroid? What did they do with Mario?
Yeah, but that's a little bit different than Excite Bike.
Different than a racing game, I get you.
Yeah.
So like Rad Racer 1 and 2 was out and then it died.
Yeah.
I get you.
Like, you could only go so far with that concept. Like
I get you, because it is a racing... Okay.
Like Excite Bike 2020 would just be a motocross game.
Yeah.
It's basically Monster... Okay, I get it. Monster
Like, give me old Excite Bike, but throw in some fucking random ass shit that'll make it different.
I don't know. It's too perfect.
It is perfect now, it is, but you can just challenge it. I mean, you challenge everything else.
Yeah, there's mud puddles in it, and oil slicks, and all kinds of shit, so...
Make that
basic. It was basic fun.
Yeah.
You didn't have to have all updated whatever and new DLC, Excite Bike. You're going to get the new Suzuki whatever. Didn't have to have that. You had a weird dude with an overgrown head, looked like a mongoloid, riding a motorcycle.
I think the coolest thing they ever did with like motocross shit, well, there's two instances. You have MX versus ATV.
Those are good. Those
are amazing.
Those are amazing games, yes.
And I can't tell you how many hours I sunk into those on the original Xbox. But and Pure had an idea.
Pure's good.
Had an idea that everybody fucking wanted, but didn't add the extra shit like MX versus ATV.
Not aware of that one.
Pure. Okay, you've never heard of Pure? Okay, Pure. You built your bike from the ground up. Yes. Every fucking part on that bike you had to get. Or get a better one.
So it's
or
like
had to upgrade.
It's like Lego racing.
But it's more nowadays though. It's more and it is actual bikes.
And it is a gorgeous game. You want to know what the trailer for Pure was? It was some dude launching off a fucking ramp and the screen just flashed white. And everybody was like, "What is that?"
I remember something about Pure of a dude flying off of a quad.
Yeah, that's what it was. He flew off into some white light, and it's just like pure.
For some reason, it's just making me think of Steep, whatever you described as a game.
It was a badass commercial that was like 5 seconds long, and it was like, I don't know what that's gonna be, but I want it because that's epic as shit. Just give it to me. And then you just create your own bike from the ground up, but you didn't have that extra shit like MX versus ATV. For MX versus ATV, you drive any fucking off-road vehicle on top of planes and shit too.
Yes,
like it was badass. Quad power racing, ATV. Quad power racing, it was a basic dirt game. It was fun as shit. You went fast as shit. You kick people off their fucking bikes mid-jump in the air if they're next to you. Like, it's just those fun little things.
Road Rash.
Well, see, like...
Road Rash fucking badass.
See, like, nowadays, you spend 7 years to make a game, and you come out with Cyberpunk 2077, and everybody hates it after loving it.
Well, it's because it's crashing, killing, basically making your system a fucking brick now.
Yeah. It's like they spent, 8-9 years on both Final Fantasy VII Remake and Kingdom Hearts 3. They were both fucking awesome. But the thing is, you changed it so much to where you left us wanting more. No, I get 7 Remake is a multi-part game.
Yeah, it's episodic, which is bullshit.
It's not going to be bullshit which is what everybody wants, and I get it, and this is what I want as well. You get to carry over your save file. But here's the problem. You just went on to...
should be.
Yeah.
Should definitely be there.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If they don't do it like that, we're totally fucked.
Yeah.
And
Kingdom
Hearts 3 is like, normally in Kingdom Hearts games, you have like 15 worlds to go to. Now in 3, you have this gorgeous fucking everything. But there's only 8 worlds that are just massively huge.
The people are begging for Final Fantasy VII Remake for like 10 years.
Oh, yeah. It was a long demand.
That's not what they wanted. And like that dropped off like when it came out.
Oh,
like,
no,
it's its own fun game.
No, it is a smash fucking hit. Smashed it.
They lost a lot of money at the very beginning.
I see where you're getting at is basically if you listen to the fans want some new updated stuff,
and
but not everything.
Basically, keep what you already have and just expand with it.
Smooth out the edges.
But what's driving everybody?
That's why I completely lost interest. I was like, oh fuck yeah, they're making a Final Fantasy VII that isn't dated as fuck. And I get to play it in a more modern style and more smooth, like refined version of it. And then it's like, oh, this isn't even a turn-based game anymore. I don't even care about this.
They totally changed.
Oh, it's awesome.
What got it where it was
but I don't care. I can buy another game that does that shit. I wanted Final Fantasy VII, the turn-based Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, you just wanted turn-based.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
I wanted the game to be just like a touched-up version.
Now, here's the thing keeping everybody on their fucking reins right now with this game.
Well, I dropped off.
No, I got you. I get it. If you're a turn-based fan, you have to have a turn-based. I specifically just like RPGs. If you change it, I don't care. I love Final Fantasy games. 7, I beat the remake part 1, quote unquote, before I beat the actual 7.
Yeah, I get that.
And I fucking loved them both. So I don't care which way it goes. But here's the thing. The reins is this. Rumor has it that they may change certain things in the story while still keeping them the same. But things
they were going to, I heard. But they want to stay more close.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people got really pissed off if they change the story.
Like, they're really thinking this game through because they're like, if we fuck this up, we are totally fucking up our entire thing.
Yeah, you're right back to, what is it, Spirits Within or whatever?
Don't bring that up. Don't talk about that.
Yeah, they're right back to that, where they have to merge with another company.
Like Final Fantasy X saved what they could of Square because of that fucking garbage movie.
Yeah.
And
I don't think that movie was that bad. It was stupid as fuck, though.
Well, yeah, it was stupid.
It
wasn't
not
bad,
as dumb as Advent Children.
Well, Advent Children is like, what happened after 7?
It's like, hey, do you want to masturbate over old characters that we're not going to give any fucking real screen time to? You want Seth Ross? Well, he's only in the commercial.
But here's the thing now also. People want a remake of 8. People want a remake of 9. Like,
see, if you overhauled 8, I would have less of a problem with that.
Well, yeah, you
because
could do a million things better
it is
with
so fucking annoying to sit there and draw shit and
9?
all the other fucking bullshit.
I love remakes and like changing shit up like that, but here's my thing. 9 is almost fucking perfect. It is the top tier Final Fantasy game to date right now.
Hey Dave, how about we make like an NES episode every other week?
That sounds good.
Because eventually we'll cover it with all the other stuff.
We're getting there.
Well, it's like 9, dude. I could see it totally.
Jesus Christ. Okay, we're getting there. It's Final Fantasy. We did have Final Fantasy for Nintendo. Yes,
Final
we did.
Fantasy 1.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 1. Which I'm saving for last because
hated it.
Shit, shit is fucking hard, but it is fun. I do like it.
Hated it.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah,
well,
so
you hated
funny
RPGs
that
back then.
They made like a few games before that, and they all failed. They're like, "This is our last chance. It's our Final Fantasy." And it made it.
Yeah, how many finals are there in a Final Fantasy? This is like Friday the 13th final chapter, which was part 5.
Time out. The only reason I know this is from listening to another podcast. That is actually a rumor. That didn't happen. That was just a game they were putting out, and like the rumor was because it was Final Fantasy, it was supposed to save us. Now they were just making another game. Like that was it. Like the rumor goes,
they probably would have died either way if it wasn't successful.
I don't know. What? Who produced Square? Right?
Yeah.
Was it Square then?
Square.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Was it Square then? Yeah. Now the rumor was they were some fucking like electric company. Like, oh, we need to hurry up and get in some games. And
well, I mean, like a lot of companies back then, especially in the 80s, they existed that way. Or like
changed.
They're like,
shit.
hey, I found some random friends that also have the same interest. Let's make a business. And then they spend like a year making it, and then it either fails or doesn't, and they break up the company, and it didn't really matter.
Yeah, they also didn't even need to join with Enix to save Square either. They just did it because, like, you guys make the same kind of games we do, and Enix was like less well known, and Square was like, we want more stuff. So they just joined up, and they were like, "Yeah."
There's why Nintendo put the stop to their. They had their licensing, and Tengen did their own thing, and then your aftermarket companies released your other Nintendo games, like
exactly.
You know, it was their own stuff, and then QVC had some of their releases. It was like Quattro game.
This was
a
like
QVC game.
Was it before the Nintendo seal of quality or whatever?
It was a seal of approval.
The NES,
there's quality. He's right.
Quality, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you had like third, what are they called?
Third party.
You had a shit ton of third party companies.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And just randos that were just like, oh, I'll make a game.
That's legitimately.
That's where you got your Bible adventure games.
Yeah. Oh, those are terrible.
Joshua and Exodus and
like 70% of the Wii U's failure wasn't just because of what everybody thought it was. It was there was no fucking third party support.
They had to. But it was
because
advertised
the companies
wrong.
didn't even know that it was a new system.
If the Wii U was actually pushed as a precursor to the Switch, it would have done so much better. Instead of a continuation from the Wii, it was a precursor to the Switch. It's exactly what it is.
Like, the only thing that even brought it any kind of, like, fucking savior was, let's HD remake Zelda Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
Dude, like, Wii was, like, ridiculous.
I'm
like, oh, is this an IKEA commercial? It's like, oh, no, it's a Wii commercial. Okay.
And the Wii is just so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
Like,
well, they branded it as like a family thing, and because they could advertise it everywhere.
Dude, it was branded because they were saying the Americans are too fat. It was during the fat craze thing that we're all too fat. Yeah. Let's get us up and start moving around. Well, we are, which is why we are true. But there's one Nintendo says here we're gonna. It was the thing that too many kids was becoming obese or whatever. So let's make a game system that they can actually move around. Yeah. And that's what they did. Yeah. There's where you got your Wii. There's where you got your 360 fucking Kinect. There's where you got your PlayStation 3 eyeball. Oh, that's where it all came from. Or your Move controllers. I take it back. The eyeball was PS2. The Move controllers.
Move and Kinect never took off though, like the Wii did.
No, they didn't.
The Kinect is a piece of fucking trash, and it's been used in so many different fucking applications that don't involve gaming, and it actually works pretty well.
I thought it was cool how you set it up, but that's about it. Well, let's give us. We want Fable. We want more Fable. Well, here's your Fable Kinect. No, sir. We will not buy this. That. We will never do this. We will never take this from you because you just fucking ruined it. What's wrong with you?
I sure did.
You what?
When you accidentally do a pop out your nose.
Sneeze shit.
He sneezed.
Nice. Yummy. Anyway, we are on an NES episode.
I know, and we are 2 hours and 15 minutes in.
This is
uncut and raw.
Part 1. This is part 1 of NES.
No, it is not.
A few other libraries to come.
It might be.
But yeah, NES did its own thing. They saved us from video game hell. There were several extra versions of the NES, which you had the NES Action set, you had the Power Pad set, you had Rob the Robot set.
Oh yeah.
You had the Mario 3 set.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that? I've never seen that.
It was a Mario 3. There's actually a Turtle set. I've seen it once. For Turtles, the first Turtles game. I've seen it once.
Dude, the Turtles games on the NES were fucking badass.
They were good. And everybody says the first Turtles game is so damn hard, so difficult.
It is hard.
Am I like the only person in America that beats that game?
I think
when I was like 7
Donatello.
or 8. You gotta definitely keep Donatello alive.
I think you're thinking of Turtles 3, the Metro, what is it called?
No, it's Manhattan Project.
Manhattan Project, sorry.
Because Donatello had that reach.
Yeah.
See, the other two, you had the Turtles 2, which was the arcade, and then the Manhattan Project was basically like another extension of the arcade.
I love fucking Manhattan
Project, but the Turtles 1 is pretty much basically a side-scroller other than the overhead views. Yeah. You know, you gotta wander around the sewer, and there's always the dam part. And then just before you get into the Technodrome.
I just hate sewers so much.
See, I really enjoyed the game. I don't understand why that game was released with the label that was on it, that all 4 turtles looked exactly the same. None of them had any distinguishing
features.
Yeah, their headbands.
Their headbands were the only difference.
There was no difference whatsoever on them.
I just mean like...
They were all Raphael.
In the original Ninja Turtles, there was no difference between them.
No, there was
except
none.
for their weapons and their headbands.
The label on the original Nintendo game for it, they all had their weapons and swords, and they was all Raphael.
Yeah, trash.
It was all red.
Weren't you annoyed by that though? It's
like yes.
No, I mean like the game itself, like Raphael and Mike just being worthless.
They were weak
because they had no reach at all.
I always liked, like I said, I always liked Donatello.
Donatello, you definitely keep him alive in that game. You have to keep him from getting captured.
So it didn't bother me any. Like
Donatello just kicked so much ass in that game.
Michelangelo, Raphael, all the way.
For some reason, I thought it was Leonardo that had the staff. I don't know why I thought that.
Let's see, Leo actually did have a little bit of reach.
Leo had the sword.
The weakest weapon was definitely Mikey, and then Raph, then Leo, then Don.
Yeah.
And basically follow along with the cartoon, which was also cool because it followed along with the cartoon.
Yeah,
that's a cool touch.
You know, because you are fighting Rocksteady, you are fighting people.
Yeah,
whoever the other, whatever you're slashing through the game with, the dude with the chainsaw and the guy that looks like a fucking cobra / lizard, whatever, and then them bugs, and I don't know where the hell they came from, but You know, I mean, there was Mousers, there was the Technodrome, there's Shredder, there's that stuff's actually there from the cartoon.
You remember what Bebop and Rocksteady looked like before they got in contact?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Rocksteady was a blonde-haired fat dude, and Bebop was a colored guy with a purple mohawk.
Yeah.
What are you doing with those animals, man?
Yeah, exactly. It's like every gangster had that voice in the 80s.
What are you doing with those animals? I think it wants to be us.
Oh, dude, I forgot to tell you. I told Mike already, but I sent Tadpog, the podcast I listened to, I sent them 2 of those. Remember I brought you all those turtles that one time?
Yeah.
I sent them both because they were both fans of Raphael, I think it was.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe it was Donatello. I don't remember. But they both got 2 different versions, original versions of the turtles that I sent them.
Really?
Yeah, they were like, "What?" They were like, I mean, it's not original because it's not original, but it's original this. It's not original flavor, but it's original. I was like, "What?"
It's original, but it's original.
Since we're talking about this, and we talked about politics a little bit earlier, fucking Jeb Bush in 2016 when he was running for fucking the Republican ballot.
Donatello. It was Donatello. Sorry.
He fucking gave like random people turtles.
Yes.
He gave them little turtles.
Yeah, it's fucking
like,
awesome.
Why are you giving like all these kids like little turtles? He's like, I like turtles. So I think they would like it.
It was the same reason
like,
that people used to kiss babies. Like that is the most weirdest fucking thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah,
that's a
but they still do it.
I don't like that. It's not in a perverted way that I don't like it. It's just I don't like the fact that somebody else is kissing your child.
Why would you kiss something that smelled like shit? And
well, we have
sweats?
a leader of the country that has no problem kissing.
Babies usually smell like
children
sniffing
or kissing children. You have he's supposedly the leader, but that's okay.
Well, because
I'm the leader.
Let's make this very fucking clear. Good parents, their babies smell like fucking baby lotion. They don't smell like fucking shit.
Yes. That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
it's not baby lotion. It's baby magic.
Okay. Well, we'll go with that.
Baby magic.
It's like
that was the good stuff.
Dude, you guys remember L'Oreal No Tears?
L'Oreal, yeah, I remember that shit.
Like, was it a fish?
No Tears. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I thought you had that.
That was the little. No. It was the shampoo thing. It looked like a fish.
I have Johnson and Johnson No Tears.
It has an eye on it on the side of it. Yeah.
Yeah, Mikey. I
used to use that.
Johnson No Tears. Johnson Johnson will never die. Shout out Johnson Johnson. And then making your Johnsons.
And then I got older and I had to use Head and Shoulders because I have dark black hair and decided to always wear black clothing.
But you don't have dandruff.
Because I use Head and Shoulders.
There's a reason for this.
What was that?
Dude, I was like, oh, I wonder if I can open my eyes. I'm like, oh!
What was that movie? It was like a comedy where the aliens are fucking attacking. It was like back in the 90s.
Mars Attacks?
It had like a smiley face on it. I forget.
It was a comedy?
Dude, we should definitely review Mars Attacks. I love
Mars Attacks was a comedy.
Yeah. No. This was like, remember there was an ongoing joke about Head and Shoulders, and that's how they defeated the aliens?
That might have been Mars Attacks.
No. Maybe.
No, they defeated
Mars Attacks. You had to shoot it. They had to blow them up inside their thing.
They played the weird music.
It was the music.
Yeah.
Evolution.
Oh, Evolution. Yeah, I remember that.
Well, you said it was about aliens. It
was.
Made me not think about Evolution.
Yeah.
Evolution, I thought
I
it
used
was
to
like
love that movie.
They made some weird shit or something.
No, it came down and then it fucking evolved, quote unquote, evolution.
That was a smiley face with 3 eyes.
Yeah. They're like, how do you destroy? He's like, Head and Shoulders, man. They just get like this fucking tanker truck.
I remember that now.
Tanker truck filled with Head and Shoulders and just launch up its asshole.
I remember that
There's like a specific... Oh, there's that... They had that like dog one that was eating everything at somebody's house.
Yeah.
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 And then it ate that and it started like vomiting and then shat itself and died.
Yeah, and then like the little pieces grew into other aliens overnight.
There was alien games on Nintendo. On original NES.
How about how Alien the movie fucking inspired Metroid, some points in Contra, and a bunch of other shit.
I agree with that.
Oh, yeah.
The alien's lair in Contra.
Yeah, it's just
giant heart.
Ah, fuck. What's his? Do you remember his name? The guy who designed the aliens in Alien. He was like, he was obsessed with like sexual imagery and shit. That's why there's so many like vagina shit like everywhere. I forget his name.
I don't remember his name.
But yeah, he was like really into like smooth surfaces and like dark coloring and really like sexual things.
Well, ain't we all?
Well, that's why the aliens are like parasites that mouth fuck you and then come out your fucking sternum.
Isn't it like
which is weird. Why would they come out your sternum? There's a bone there. Come out your stomach or out your throat.
Yeah, it's just straight out your chest, motherfucker. Straight out
of the chest.
Yeah, there's a fucking bone.
But we're kind of getting late in time, so let's talk about some real heroes, ice climbers.
Yes.
That was a 5-screwer.
That was another one you forgot.
Yeah.
Out of the 18 to 20 or whatever the fuck you said.
Yeah, Ice Climber was a 5-screwer. Mock Rider was a good racing game. As a matter of fact, there's a good bike game. Now that I think of it, Mock Rider was good.
Mock Rider.
It was a 5-screw, but it was a forward bike racing game.
Oh, okay.
It was forward like Rad Racer. Rad Racer was a car game. But Mock Rider was decent.
What about Punch Out?
Which one?
What do you mean, which one?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We talked about this.
Well, Nintendo had several good boxing games. Ring King, which was one. But everybody knows, of course, Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
King Hippo was in the Captain N, the Game Master.
I was just going to say that. Yes, he was. And he was a really stupid ass.
And Mother Brain. Oh, my God, that voice was so annoying.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out was... Actually, for me, was one of the first games that I wanted, but I never got. A friend of mine had it. I'll give you a shout out, Chad. He had it, and I had told my dad.
Chad's a Chad.
Yeah, Chad Johnson. Chad Johnson was his name. He had Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and I wanted a Nintendo so bad when I was a kid. I didn't know what games to get. I just wanted it so bad, so I got my Nintendo. I said I don't have to get this game. Chad's got it because I really wanted it. And,
Chad Johnson's a badass dude.
He's he had Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and many a nights, staying over his house, and we was playing that damn game. And I remember staying up all night long trying to figure out how to beat Bald Bull, and I could not figure out Bald Bull. And I was this many years old. I just read this
many?
I think 3 years ago or so.
Oh shit!
That there was a flash. There's a flash in the crowd. A camera flash. That when that camera flashes, when Bald Bull's doing his bull charge, that camera flashes is when you're supposed to punch.
Huh.
I never knew that. I just figured it out just by timing when he got so close.
Yeah, why would you?
Never knew that. That was just one of those things. I just never knew. But by the time you make it all the way to Tyson, or later on after he was done raping Robin Givens, they got rid of him and came out with Mr. Dream. Different sprite, just a white guy.
Yeah, Punch Out featuring Mr. Dream.
But I think probably the hardest character in that game was Super Macho Man. Now, what most people don't know is Punch Out was made. It came from the arcade, of course. And several of the characters from the arcade is in Punch Out. Some of them they left out, unfortunately. We didn't get Pizza Pasta. We didn't get, several other games, like Soda Popinski. His name was Vodka Drunkinski. Okay, they had to get rid of that. For one, they thought it was prejudice, because they was calling all Russians drunks. And
they just gave us fucking Tetris.
Yeah. So they got rid of Vodka Drunkinski. We didn't get Pizza Pasta. Macho Man was actually supposed to be the final boss in that game. Until Tyson signed on for the contract, and he wound up being the final boss.
I'm at least 50% Dago, and I approve of a character named Pizza Pasta.
Don't use Dago. Guinea.
Wop.
Okay.
See now,
and dude, you're also missing.
These are my slurs. I can say them all I want. Yeah. That's a spicy meatball.
What about you got fucking Gradius and Galaga, the double Gs.
Gradius was a good shooter.
They're all ports of fucking.
They're all
arcades.
Again ports of arcades, but Galaga was a pretty damn good port directly from an arcade.
I hate both.
I didn't even know they made this for NES.
Yeah, they did.
I
think it was Parker Brothers that released those, if I'm mistaken.
Parker Brothers.
I want to say it was Parker Brothers.
2 Spider-Man.
That's Parker Brothers. That's Peter Parker.
Parker Brothers.
Parker Brothers is board games.
It'd be fine. Yeah. 2 Spider-Man.
I think it was Parker Brothers that released Galaga. I can't think.
Those games are basically
still shooters, but if you're wanting a shmup, as everybody calls them, shoot 'em ups, Alpha Fight or not Alpha Fight was an Alpha Fight was one of the was a 5-screw game. Sector Z was also a 5-screw game, which was a pretty good game. But if you're wanting a shoot 'em up game on other than 1943, I think 1943 is probably the best. Aside from that, it's called Salamander in Japan, which we got Life Force. It was called Life Force over here, which is fan-fucking-tastic.
Yes.
One of the best games.
And I'm pretty sure that's a really terrible movie.
Life Force was a hell of a shooter over here. But we got other shooters like Abadox, which basically you're a little dude flying around inside of, again, an alien. You're in an alien planet.
What about the shooters that weren't shooters, like Ghosts and Goblins?
Oh, fuck that game.
You fucking pussy.
Fuck that game.
You gotta fight through that shit.
I got that on the Virtual Console for the 3DS.
I was this many years old that until I started really collecting games and before I started really getting into more games, I thought that fucking game was broken.
Oh, dude,
I could swear to God I thought it was broken. It's just so damn hard, it's not funny.
They're upside down. It bugged the shit out of me.
It's just so damn hard. I spent the majority of my kid years playing Nintendo, playing G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
Which, a shooter, side-scroller shooting game, probably one of the best games ever made.
I just watched the TV show.
I love me some G.I.
I remember
Joe.
MASH, close enough.
No, I'm talking like Lieutenant Slaughter and all
Sergeant Slaughter.
Sergeant Slaughter, there we go. He was a wrestler too, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever play Star Tropics?
I didn't play it. I played a little bit of it, but again, it was an RPG for me. I didn't.
Yeah, I tried.
Zoda's Revenge was a little bit more playable.
Oh, the second one?
Yeah, second one was a little bit more playable. I didn't. Again, I couldn't get into those games. If it like didn't have shit going on and blow up, I wasn't into it.
Well, like, there's a lot of duds, too, for RPGs. And, like, it was a definite non-refined process. Yeah. It was like a bunch of D&D nerds were like, oh, dude, it'd be cool if this game was digital.
Yeah, that's what they based Final Fantasy off of. They had to actually change like certain monsters' names because of that shit.
World of Warcraft is that way too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, and actually, Warhammer.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, Warhammer Fantasy.
Warcraft actually got what was it? A PS1 release and a Saturn release.
That doesn't surprise me. Saturn fucking put it out there, but they just failed.
Sucks. Yeah, I want to play it.
Well, you all know me. I love me some Saturn. Saturn is...
You're like the Sega guy.
I love Saturn. To me, for some reason, Saturn just seemed like it was so much more colorful. I don't know why. It might have just been that era in my time when I was... In my time when I was heavily surrounded by drugs and psychedelic mushrooms.
I just always have to do that every time I hear era. I have to be like, era.
Era.
Well, the top game for the NES, though, which we spoke about earlier but didn't fully talk about.
I know where this one's going.
Where's it going?
Cookie?
No, yeah.
Yoshi's Cookie. Oh my god.
Trash.
Fuck you. I love that game.
I think we're going to pull out Mario 3 here.
And that's exactly where I was going.
Did you ever get the hammer power up?
I give it all of its... Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
What sucks is when you actually get fucking hit. I've only gotten that... Can you only get that one time? The hammer brother?
Yeah, I think. It's like a very hard to get. You have to go into the back of some level to find it. And you can randomly get it.
You get the hand, and he can like you
boot's
hold down, you duck
one.
down.
Yeah,
the boot you get over the.
Yeah, a boot you can only get
Plant
on
World.
like one level. Yeah,
I think you only get the boot on Plant World.
Yeah.
The Hammer Brother you get and unlocks him. He ducks down to like a little shell, but he throws hammers and shit.
Yeah, that's such badass.
Tanuki Mario turns into a statue.
Yeah.
And then
cape and
raccoon tail, you fly and all that.
Yeah. Oh, dude, in Kirby 64, they make a reference if that's what happens, because I don't remember the statue thing happening. If you use the cutter and the rock ability together and you cut yourself up, you can be like Tanuki.
Yeah.
I never put those two together.
It's like that's the 1 in 1,000 transformations, I think, for Kirby 64.
1 in 1,000. What do you mean?
It's Kirby Crystal. It's Crystal Shards.
Whatever it will only turn into Tanuki Mario like 1 out of 1,000 times.
I've gotten a shit ton of times.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Maybe it's 100, 200. I forget.
It's a random thing.
It's like the least likely statue that you'll turn into.
Yeah. But anyway, you guys can fucking call Atari the granddaddy of games. You can fucking suck it.
Pong.
No.
The Pong system, the original one, was just like a brown box.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, it was a brown box with 2 dials.
Yeah. That dude in Steubenville I went to go see to buy those fucking, all the old shit off of him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he had the original. Nice. And I did not buy it.
We had one not too long ago. We had that one, then we had the Telegames when it was yellow and black.
You gave it to me, remember?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
They had little dials.
Yeah.
Little dials, little knobs on the ends.
Yeah. Like, the farther you go back, they don't even look like fucking consoles.
Dude, the Atari version, you can make it, you can change the background color.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there's a glitch where you can instantly beat everybody all the time.
That's the spin.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Well, no, it's you get it to like one spot and it'll just keep doing it over and over again.
Yeah.
I forget how to get that to start. Maybe it starts with a spin, then you just stay that way.
You spin. Don't think.
Well, real quick, because we're near the ending of our episode. Let's talk about those holy grails.
It's only 2 hours.
No, we're at 2.5 hours. Oh, let's talk about those holy grails, Dave.
Okay.
When Jesus had the Last Supper.
There was okay. Some of the ones that I still have, like in my collection that I've kept, over the years, is a Stadium Events, is a little Samson, which I have. Surprise at Dinosaur's Peak, which is a Flintstones 2, which is pretty good. I recently got rid of Color Dinosaur. I had never played that damn game, but I found it years ago. Oh my god. I found it years ago and I kept it in the collection. And this was, I'd say maybe about 2 months ago, I sold that thing.
What's your problem with the colored dinosaurs?
You don't do anything with it. That's all you do is color fucking dinosaurs.
It's like Stadium Events.
And there's only so many there's only so many colors you can use. You color a dinosaur, it doesn't save anything.
You got Mario
it doesn't do
Paint
nothing. Oh my god! Well, color dinosaur was horrible. I still have Panic. Oh no, I don't have Panic Restaurant no more. That one's actually gone. That game is fun as hell.
I almost bought that at auction, then I was like $300. No.
Yeah, look at it now.
Well, it was card only. That's why I didn't buy it.
Man, I Panic Restaurant was fun. But there's actually something that came into my store not too long ago, last year. There's if we can find the link, we'll pull it up. We'll put it on there somewhere. There's a YouTube video now of a couple of podcasters that
we know what you're talking about.
That I had Nintendo Championship cart number 133 had came into my store. Well, I've had championship carts before, okay, and the guy had this cart. I didn't know if it was even real or whatever, so I checked it and checked the glass chips, make sure everything was cool. So it was real. So I offered. I said, I figure this thing should sell for right around 13,000, 14,000 or so. Maybe I can get 18,000.
I don't want to talk about it, Dave.
If I'm lucky. So eventually, I gave the guy a hefty amount. That's what he wanted. So I gave him his hefty amount. And then I figured, well, I'll just go ahead and see what I can do after it. our great host right here.
I hate you so much.
I wouldn't be hating me. I'd be hating your wife that you're going to marry.
Yeah.
It's a drama thing.
I gave him the first offer on this game. I said, what was the offer? I said, here.
$15,000.
$15,000. Here you go. $15,000. If you come up with $15,000 for this cart.
Person just did a Yui.
I will let you have this game. Okay. $15,000. Now, mind you, I did not realize that Nintendo Championship cartridge number 133 had not been found in the wild yet. I didn't know that. So I said, okay, $15,000, you can come up with it. So he asked Casey, he says, Casey, look, I'm not going to ask for anything else until the day I die. This is something I really want, blah, blah, blah. She said no.
I was like, we'll go halfsies. We'll do whatever.
We'll do whatever we got to do.
Let's just do it. Trust me, it'll be worth it.
And it really would have been, because $55,000 later, it was sold.
I hate you. You could have just held it for me until I convinced her.
$55,000 later, it was sold. Well, actually, $50,000 and $5,000 of inventory. It was sold to a fellow that was collecting the championship carts, which, mind you, he has 14 of them, which I found out. He has 14 of them already.
That's just retarded.
14 out of the 250 that was released, and some of them still haven't been found in the wild. And the reason he paid so much for this one is because it was never found out in the wild. So
a lot of them might be in the fucking landfill.
Yeah, that was my thought too.
This is what makes it so rare, is buried under you don't. The only ones that got those is the ones, again, that was in the Nintendo Championship tournaments, and the ones that went on. And then the ones that won, theirs was gold, I believe.
Yeah, the gray is still not the rarest.
The gold ones, there was only 1, 2. I think there was 3 of them. Those were the ones that played 1, 2, and 3.
There was gold and gray, and that was it.
No, I know, but there was 3 gold labeled.
Oh no, there was.
Those
10.
were the ones. Was there 10?
Yeah.
Okay, then there was 10. Those were the ones that played on the main screen. I didn't make it that far. Again, fuck you, Blaster Master. But those were the ones that was played on the main stage. I don't know, and I still don't know what the hell the winner of I don't even know who won that championship back then. You know what? We're going to have to look into that, because I'm actually kind of curious.
I don't remember. I think it was 92, right? 92?
90.
90?
90. I'm kind of curious to know who won that.
Probably like the dude that held the
somebody that just that cartridge
fucking trophy.
Yeah,
just cheated.
Yeah, Pac-Man's another game on the console. Which, I mean, you got Pac-Man Arcade in your home. There you go. Here you go.
I have Pac-Man,
but you know that gold cartridge.
We have, of course, Miss Pac-Man was on it also.
Yeah, you know that cartridge that dude fucking won is just covered in fucking cum, just glazed.
Everybody would want that.
I don't think so. They'd probably put some saran wrap over it first.
I'm gonna have to do some research on that, because I am actually curious of who won.
So it looks like a glazed donut when you're done with it.
Yeah.
There were so many kids down there.
So I know recently that, well, not. Whenever I say recently, I mean within the past 10 years. They
somewhat recently.
They found out that the one dude that held the Pac-Man fucking championship or whatever. He cheated.
I feel like I've heard about that.
Yeah, before. They made a documentary about it and all kinds of shit. And it's even in that shitty ass Pixel movie.
Oh, that's a great movie. And that was Donkey Kong, by the way, in Pixels.
Was it?
Yeah, the little.
Well, I think they changed it because they would have got sued.
I know who you're talking about now. I've seen a YouTube video of that guy. You're talking about the pack on the arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
He was on the last level of Pac-Man. Only half of it loads.
Yes.
Yeah. And the rest is just gibberish.
I've seen that now. And he's standing off from the arcade and he's talking about it.
Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah.
He's got.
I heard that was.
He has the same facial hair and hairstyle as the famous midget dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I see now. Yeah, I've actually seen that. I didn't watch the whole thing, didn't think anything of it, but yeah, I heard about that recently, that it was faked.
Yeah,
he was cheated on somehow, how he did it.
Yeah, he did. He messed with some code or some shit. I forget exactly how.
Something had to do with the PCB board that glitched it out or something like that.
some like random glitch.
I don't know, guys. But look, we're almost at 3 hours. Our designated driver is on our way to the store to pick me and Mr. Mike up.
He's on our way.
On his way. Sorry. Drinking. So yeah, Dave, where can they just find you, man? Where can they find you at? On the interwebs and in the real world.
Pornhub.com.
Oh, God.
Underneath pegging.
You can find us, This and That Virtual Shop, TNTVS, at TNTVS Buy Sell Trade page, or This and That Virtual Shop on Facebook. Look for our logo. It says This and That Virtual Shop on it. Kind of resembles the front end of a wrestling belt. Or if you're in the area, 3356 Pennsylvania Avenue, Weirton, West Virginia 26062. And you follow us on our Facebook pages, our Buy Sell Trade pages. You get in our rough area right around here. You can ask around of where I can find the game store. They know exactly who you're talking about. Come in and say hi.
And as for us, the Tattered Couch Podcast, the thing you're listening to, catch us on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, that purple icon. You can find us on Facebook, join our group, Tattered Couch Podcast group.
Yep.
You can find us on Altail. I don't know what that is. Google us. You can find us there. I don't know why we're on Altail. I never signed up for this shit, but we're being stolen by them. But okay. Anyway, leave us 5-star reviews. Give us those good reviews. You can just say you love us. It doesn't matter. I don't care what you even talk about. Just help us. It helps for some reason. I don't know.
You can give us bad reviews, dude.
From what I hear, it helps. Okay. I don't know. But 5 stars. Review us. Apple, iTunes, purple icon, podcast, whatever the fuck. Spotify, Altail, Google, Facebook group. Check it all out. We are here to stay. Hopefully. I don't know how much longer Mike can keep up with this.
That's been Mitch, and I'm Mike, and I love chipmunks.
And I love squirrels.
I like turtles.
We are not the same.
Yes.
Later.